Welcome to the KVKL podcast, playoffs week 1. I love it when you play the edited versions, Cougar.
It's for the kids. For the kids.
Live from the Jazz House. 926.5 Massachusetts, 250 almost anything. I am wasted, so good luck to all of you.
Oh, boy.
To my immediate left, our illustrious guest and the winner of the Pick'em, the season-long Pick'em, and soon-to-be recipient of a ship in a bottle, Summer Stacy Taylor Albers.
And I think this is my third year winning. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I
yes,
think
you're
back
in a
to
row.
back to back.
You're basically the happy
Yeah.
shirt of the Pick'em.
That's right.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
To Stacy's left is the inimitable Jason Cougar Wong.
Team USA, most gold medals, 2020 Olympics. Suck it, Chinaman.
Just barely.
I don't care. Suck it, Chinaman.
To his left, we have Jake the Snake Friedman. Jake, did you have another nickname you wanted?
You just call me Jake Garden, like Rachna was yelling at me every 30 seconds in our game on Sunday.
Jake Garden.
Jake the Snake Drunk Defenders Friedman.
I looked at every score sheet, and a lot of y'all need to take another look at my kicking guide.
My team needs to.
Yeah,
My
it was
God.
hard to resist trying to recommend
my
people to
team
your
needs
kicking
to.
guide looking at the scores from this week. And to his left, we'll just say Grant Blast.
Yep.
I'll take it.
Yeah, man.
Abraham Lincoln, yeah. My favorite thing about Grant is he has the beard that I had in high school, so apparently retro is his style. All right, this week we are sponsored by Lady Bird Diner.
Yeah.
It's, I got a special place in my heart for Lady Bird. They were one of Maurice and I's first dates, actually.
Nice.
Stacey, do you have anything you want to say about Lady Bird?
Meg, who started Lady Bird, used to be an OG Harpy, which is why we started sponsoring them when Lady Bird first opened, and then now she sponsors us, and then we're back to sponsoring her again. It's a great place. I love to go there. All my boys work there. So, yeah, come on down to Lady Bird.
I kind of feel like we need to get a Lady Bird Harpies KVKL item on the menu.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll mention it. But yeah, Lady Bird, much love in my heart. They are open Wednesday through Sunday, starting this weekend, I believe, 8 to 3. So yeah, get your brunch on and go enjoy some just chicken fried steak and just feel like the most amazing person afterwards.
Yeah, I wondered about the hours when I was posting. Do they still do dinner Fridays, or is that just kind of on hold for the time being?
No dinners at the moment.
All right. No. Hopefully it's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
So, quick discussion question before we start. What's your favorite item on the menu at Lady Bird, Stacy?
Aside from the pie, it would have to be the soups, all of the soups.
Cougar?
Was it on the sunflower seed pie? Is that what's on there?
Well, they rotate, but yeah.
They rotate. Yeah, it's delicious. Oh my God. I got a sweet tooth, and my God, your pies are fantabulous, awesome. So it's sunflower seed pie. Yeah.
Jake, do you have a favorite?
It's been a little while since I'm not living in Lawrence at the moment, but I do remember having some kind of like fried chicken sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
The buttermilk
Yeah,
chicken
that's good.
sandwich
It was really
with some
good.
like
A little bit of
corn relish.
jalapeno.
That's right,
a little
the
bit of
corn relish.
Yeah, jalapeno corn relish. Oh,
I'll
that
go
shit's
back for
delicious.
that.
Yeah.
That's
Grant?
where Jake just kind of like stole mine.
You've been there. I mean, you worked there.
Yeah,
you probably
no,
had
I mean,
everything on the
I
menu.
have a lot of favorites. It's not back yet. It has run as special, but the old pork tenderloin sandwich was always a good one.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't go wrong with the
It's my
Dakota
favorite
Texan.
sandwich. Oh.
3 pancakes, 2 sausages, 2 bacons, 2 eggs, and yeah, it's everything's good.
Everything.
My favorite is the Hangover Special. The
the slinger.
yeah.
mashed. No, the real Hangover Special. It's the mashed potatoes and gravy,
Yep.
and then the Bloody Mary made by Grant's Soft Hands.
I made a lot of those for you. I think I remember that.
All right, so we got 50 games to go through between recaps and predictions.
God
So
damn it.
let's get started. First up, play-in game 1. Number 32 Hookah House against 33 Louise's. Also, I didn't have time today to do the funny recap shit, so this is gonna be off the cuff. So it's probably gonna get really dirty and obnoxious.
And this was a vengeance game.
What's that?
It was a vengeance game between these two.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, because it was Hookah House won the first game. Let's see. It was 10-4 in week 9, and it was Louisa's got the win.
Yeah,
So.
Louisa's smoked Hookah House 12-8.
Yeah, Hookah House had only 8 players. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Next up, playoff game or play-in game number 2. Did not say enough about that game. Does anybody want to say anything about this game?
I actually ref that game.
Oh,
Yeah,
ooh.
I actually ref that game. No, it was a good game on both parties. Honestly, Hookah House did have 8 people, and we started like 15 minutes late.
Right.
It was kind of a really slow game, but no, I mean, Luis's for becoming a new team this year. I think they're having a lot of fun, and I think as we go, they'll get better. And Hookah House for having only 8 players did pretty solid as well.
Yeah, they were missing Hazem last week, but I knew with him back there they would put up a fight, even with a short roster.
Yeah.
Playing game 2, we had Poshwash wash the Rockets 8-3.
The losing streak is gone.
Yeah.
Congrats, Poshwash.
Yeah.
Yeah. 9-game losing streak gone.
Also, special fuck you to all y'all that picked Rockets to win this game. I told you the pride would come through.
Doesn't somebody owe your dog a wash?
Yeah, sorry, Seth Sanchez. You got a wash bruiser. You owe me a Poshwash puppy wash. I repped this game. It wasn't. There wasn't anything super spectacular going on. It basically was just Poshwash hit the gaps and made the kicks they needed to when they did. Actually, for a game in the play-in bracket, I thought that both defenses played really well, which I think the score kind of lends itself to.
Yeah.
Next up, play-in game number 3. Home Loans on an official winning streak, 3 in a row. Bageled the Mahomies, fucking sacked them 4-0.
Oh boy.
Yep. Let's just say our team came out flat. No energy whatsoever. I yelled at them saying that, hey, these teams waste our damn energy being there for week 7 for a forfeit, and it was make sure you be ticked off and have energy. Nothing. Couldn't kick, could not get on base, and you figured that we'd be more fundamentally sound and better strategy-wise. No.
What was your quick recap to me in the parking lot? It was that you guys had the bases loaded with
No.
1 out or something like
Here's
that.
what happened. All right, so they had 3-0. Okay. Runners on second and third, 1 out, third inning. Going to the top of the lineup. So I hate to call him out. So Jeff Moore, we talked about before the kick, he says, what are you going to do? He said, I'm going to go kick at the left field because it's 2 lanes deep left. I'm like, no, don't do that. Keep it simple. Just kick away. That's it. What is he predicted to do? He kicks a lazy fly to first base. So Willis, who is at third base, cannot go home. Next one is Ryan, our second kicker on our lineup, kicks a quasi-tough fly ball over to shortstop, and that was the end of the thread. And to be honest with you, after that, I said to myself, it's over. And it shows that with our top 2 lineups, they're 0 for 8. 0 for 8. And when our team is basically too dependent on the top 2 table setters, the old saying goes, kill the head, the body is dead, and we're dead. But like I said, fundamental errors, like not covering second base, kicking on not taking a pitch in a bad pitch, not throwing the lead runner because the lead runner is slow. I mean, it's second base, going to second base. It was bad. I mean, give home loans credit. I mean, they wanted this game more than the Mahomies. They did. And like I said, we gift drafted these easy plays going over to the home loans. I mean, homeless basically just fall asleep and just fall into their laps. So,
on a quick personal note, Jeff Moore has made it down to the podcast pretty much every week this year, and his mom's having some health issues.
Yeah.
So everybody say a prayer for her.
amen.
We love you, Jeff.
Yeah, love you really more.
Okay, I have a couple notes on this. I was actually reffing this game, and it says there was a nice line drive by Wilson in the third to try to get things started for the home loans, because at that point it was still 0-0.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a really great pickup, Home Loans did, in week 7. They were going to be short. I told them to call this guy, Chris. He came out, played 3 games for them, got eligible for the tournament, and he is, bringing in a lot of runs for Home Loans. So that was a great pickup for them. And Andrea Chavez, she has a great leg. 2 for 3. And
She was.
They were amazing kicks. So
It was.
It's probably not a coincidence that they're 3 in a row, and he came on recently. Yeah.
It sounds
Yeah,
like
it was
Mom
a
just
really
screwed over
great
Cougar
pickup.
pretty good there.
What's
Yeah.
that?
So it sounds like Mom just screwed over Cougars pretty good.
yeah, sorry, Cougar.
Yeah.
You don't have to apologize to me. Like I said, our team basically played flat.
Well, it kicked away a lot.
You'll
Both
never
teams.
convince me that you didn't sandbag this game so you could win the
I
Cougar
did not
Cup.
sandbag this game. Shut up.
Playing game
There's
number
no
4.
sandbagging for this damn game.
Young
No,
Spine
I-
squeaks
no.
by Empire 16-15.
Excuse me, I'm going to interrupt for 1 second. I won't again because I know you got a million games to do, but I just have one really, really important for Cougar. I'm talking really fast. How many times did you say "God damn it" in that game?
How many times did I? God damn it!
I
don't
can
wanna say-
guarantee it's fewer times
None.
than he swore on last week's
None,
Cougar After
because,
Dark podcast.
Instead, what I did instead is my hat took a beating because I threw it against the fence second inning. Alex was there, and I threw my hat against the third inning against the fence.
You
So-
did not take the name of our Lord in vain once.
No.
I do not
No, I
believe
did
that.
not.
I do
No, I did
not
not.
believe that.
No.
I'm going
I
to leave
don't
it there,
believe
Scout's
Cougar.
honor. I did not say GD. Scout's honor. I did not say GD. My hat took a beating, but I did not say GD. Nope, did not. No, sir.
All right. Did anybody see this Young Spine squeaker over Empire 16-15?
I didn't get to see it. I think I was reffing right next to it, and I was just very curious about what was going on because there was a lot of both sides cheering a lot, and I think it kind of went back and forth, and then Young Spine kind of squished it by in the bottom 2 innings, but they sound like were having some fun over there.
Yeah, I know at one point Empire was down by a lot, and they came back up, and it was
By
about
3?
10-12
Yeah.
the last time I was able to check in, but yeah.
God, for a team that hasn't won, Empire has had a lot of close calls here. They lost to one by Rockets too, didn't they?
It's a walk-off to Rockets in week 6. That's correct.
I still feel like my prediction in the Cougar After Dark podcast, where Empire wins in the semis of the boot, is going to come to fruition. Just waiting. It's coming.
We'll talk about that later in the podcast.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Where should we move from here? We go to the less awesome, or just the straight down the rounds?
Straight down the first round. Yeah, the
All
first
right.
round. Yeah. So
Round 1. Kansas Tree Care 15, Louise's the Bagel. I rep this one. So this was more KTC just kicking everything that they should kick in the right place. Louise's has some legs, and they got runners
do.
on base. But at a certain point, it was just an issue trying to get them home. KTC came out ready to play, took it seriously, and for most of the game, they were just treating it like they wanted to shut them out. Mm-hmm. At a certain point, I think Louise's just realized the talent level was different, and so just kind of going through the motions late in the game.
Yeah, and then the other note I've got the score sheets. The other note was Nick Devon. It was his birthday, actually, on that Sunday, and he got a in-park home run in the 4th, and then he got back, and next inning he was playing catcher, and he ordered pizza.
Yeah.
And they had a little pizza party.
Yeah, he was on his phone playing catcher.
Oh my God! What's with you people ordering pizza in the middle of the game? My
I
God.
didn't even notice until Lou said something from the dugout. Is he on his phone?
At least they didn't have it delivered to the pitcher's mound.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that
no.
God forbid
Still
they
upset.
be cool.
Still upset about that.
All right, moving on. Next up, we had Drop Stoppers, the 17 seed over Woost, the 16 seed, 6-4.
Vengeance game.
Close one. Yeah.
Yep. Happy for Drop Stoppers. Just a tough loss against Woost in Week 9 of that controversial game of the week, lost in 11 innings. And, yeah, I'm happy for Drop Stoppers. It's like the second time they've ever been won the first round. So
Yeah. What do you got for us, Aaron?
I ref this game. It was probably the funnest game to ref all season. Both teams were definitely in it to win it. I think a lot of players, I don't remember the score sheet because I was reffing third, but I feel like a lot of players were left on base, and then there were also some rallies with 2 outs. So it was very unexpected gameplay that made it also more interesting. There were Jackie Becker was going back and forth between that second base short line and rove position. She was making all kinds of plays, so it was just really great to see 2, veteran teams really played out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's one note in here that says Carolyn threw from short to a stretching, diving Jackie at first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I actually saw Jackie yesterday, and she was talking about how she was playing first and why the hell is she playing first? But she was having fun, and at one point, I think the one you just mentioned, she was like, I didn't know if I was getting back up from that, and I did, and it was so worth it and had so much fun.
Drop Stoppers have incredibly stout defense. We saw that kind of in the game of the week, and I mean, holding Woos to 4 runs is just really impressive. I noticed Dan Maga was sadly 1 for 4, but holding such like an incredible player to a low kicking average like that, credit to him.
Well, that's because it wasn't his birthday. It gave him the week was.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
It feels like both these teams have been living and dying by getting people around or not when they get them on base all season, and they're both playing close games every game. Next up, Red Lion bends over kicking assets 16-14.
Oh no. Ben, do you still Benjamin? Do you need a hotel? Do you need a hotel still?
We did not win 6-9. No, Marisa was gracious enough to let me sleep in the bed. So
Which bed? Outside? Garden bed.
the little bed we put inside the doghouse outside.
Ah, there you go. Garden
Yeah.
bed.
So this game was actually very close, very early, and kicking assets had the lead for like a couple innings. We had to get our shit together, but they demonstrated their talent, I think. Later on, I think just our kicks kind of took over. We hit the spots we needed to.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, all day they were missing their third baseman and leadoff kicker, Aaron.
Yeah.
And he's fantastic.
Yeah, I've been told.
And on the plus side, he might have missed the games, but he had a little baby. So congratulations, Aaron.
Congratulations.
We love you.
Future kickballer.
Yeah, future kickballer.
Yeah.
So
God, I hope I'm not around then.
in the notes it says Todd had a great play to end the 7th, and then Vaughn had an incredible diving catch in center. Top 9, then he did it again in the next play.
He did. So we kind of flipped around our defense on the tail end of this game. I got to play third base for the first time in KVKL, and
Ever?
yeah, I think ever.
How'd that go?
And I caught the last out. A fucking liner shot at Danielle. I still have a mark on my arm. Danielle's got a boot. All right, next up we had John Denver Experience wasted 23rd Street 9-4. A little closer than you might expect, and I think Avery maybe didn't ref the game after this because he was upset at the margin. Just guessing. I didn't see it or hear anything about it other than that. Anybody got anything on this one?
No, I don't have anything. That does seem pretty close, though.
I'm speculating that JD basically conserved the energy, did just enough to do that. But Aaron Garger probably disagree with me. It wasn't Aaron.
There you go.
Yeah, we fucked those motherfuckers up.
Yeah.
Let's go.
She clearly disagree with me.
No, it was a fun game. I think Screamers actually played our Screamers defense, which is generally pretty tight. We didn't have a shitty inning with a bunch of hero throws like we normally have. So really, we changed up our lineup a little bit. So I told David he was wrong at the beginning of the game and adjusted the lineup to split up the girls a little bit. So I think that definitely helped us kick people around. And we just found some holes and showed John Denver that we're not a sleeper team. So
Yeah,
Nice job,
this
23rd.
result kind of telegraphs to me, watch out for 23rd Street in the plate bracket.
And
I
here's
just want to know
Chelsea.
if they made any notes of my diving catch.
Unfortunately, no. The only note says, oh, wait a minute, no. Nice catch by Dave at third in bottom 3.
Well, God, that's
a
every
volley
week.
tip catch. That's all that's there.
Hey, Chelsea,
That's
I got one
ridiculous.
extra note for you. Chelsea keeps the ball dry in her bag. Next up, we had Johnny's breaking that young spine, 19-2. I saw Austin out there somewhere.
Yeah, Austin and Lauren are here somewhere.
Austin, you want to come talk about this one real quick?
Austin,
Oh, there's a
come on
few
up.
Johnnies back there.
Yeah. Yeah. While he's walking up there, is Austin not the sexiest motherfucker you've ever seen? Oh, hey, Austin. What do you got on this game?
Thank you, Ben. It was a fun game. Young Spine, I think they have some pretty good players. They obviously need to figure some stuff out, but they played us pretty solid. I think they actually took the lead because they scored their first run in the top of the first.
That's
So they
true,
went up
that's
1-0. And they literally earned most of both of their runs.
Yeah.
So I think they have some potential there. They got to fill in some weak spots, but I think they could continue to move up as they build their team.
Yeah, they definitely came out really strong and looking really good those first 2 innings.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and Aaron was, Aaron at catch was just, stopping a lot of Johnny's bunts.
Oh, yeah.
The first couple innings.
Yeah.
And then you guys kind of got away from him. But
Yeah, Aaron is a really good catcher, and that was the thing where we need to keep it away from him because he's going to beat us. And anytime we left it up for him, he beat us. So,
yeah.
but it was good. Okay, bye.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, Austin.
Just a sneak preview of next week. We're gonna get Austin on, the all-star reliever from the early season Game of the Week video podcast.
And the notes in here say young spine hardline drive bounce off of Johnny's, Lauren at pitch, and caught by Michael for the first out in the 6th. So nice chest pass there, Lauren. And Michael had 2 RKI triples in the 1st. And 1
Damn.
RKI double in the 3rd.
All
Jesse
right.
with an RKI in the 3rd.
So it kind of sounds like after Young Spine scored, Johnny's went up early and then just kind of held.
Yeah.
Yep.
They kind of held it.
All right. So next up, we have Free State in their first of 2 Battle of the Bars, 11-3 over R Bar. 11-3. Anybody catch this one?
I caught a good chunk of this here. I think it was a product of. I felt R-Bar put a little more fundamental errors than Free State. I think part of the reason is because R-Bar is a second-year team. Again, great job, 4-1s in the 4s. But you can tell the experience difference between Free State and R-Bar, where R-Bar makes the more, fundamental errors than Free State. Free State a little more solid.
Playoff chops.
Playoff chops there so far, yeah, and the nerves because I felt R-Bar was little nervy and making them stay too anxious and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah, having to play that 5 p.m. game without just like going out fresh without even having a rep or anything like that's a little tough. Amber, did you have anything on this one, or do you want to wait for the next one?
I was a bit surprised that R-Bar didn't keep it a little bit closer. I noticed that in the score sheet there were tons of runners left on base. I think about 15 runners for both teams. So
That's Jazz House-ish.
I think there could have been a different result. I mean, it could have been like a much bigger difference, or it could have been closer. R-Bar, I also noticed like the 4 kicker had a really rough time. I don't know that they were able to really come through, but came up in the perfect situation with tons of people on over and over again. So I think, a couple of different things go differently, and that could have been.
And the guy who repped here's Alex from D-Holes.
Yeah, I ref this, and this game, you could tell, like, even though they came out and they warmed up and everything, the kicking was not there for R-Bar in the first game. The second game, I'll talk about later.
Preview.
Ooh, hey.
To be continued.
Yeah, we're going to take
Alex.
a quick break and come back for Alex's. Just kidding. All right, next up we have the Harpies through a pie in the eye of Brutang, 18-8. Stacy?
I'm lost here. Yes.
Stacy's lost. Grant?
Oh, no. Brutang is one of my favorite new teams. I played with them in the City League quite a bit, and it was a lot of fun playing against them. We kind of started having some fun. Oh, can you not hear me? Sorry. Hey, now. No, we had a lot of fun playing them. They're a great team. And I think they're going to be really good here in the next year, kind of pulling things together. But we played our game, and we just had fun.
Well, this is kind of an interesting matchup because they really showed it in the second round, and so now they're in contention for the plate, which you guys won last year.
Yeah.
They're just like following the footsteps kind of thing.
Yeah, I will say, though, that like he said, he thinks they'll be really good in the next year, but I think they're already such a good team as a first-year team to KVKL. I mean, I totally agree with you. They will be better, but, as a first-year team to be where they're at right now is, pretty damn amazing. So good on you, Brutang.
Yeah, they got that Division III special juice or whatever.
Yeah.
Division 3.
I will say, defensively for Harpies, we had a little too much fun. We had some defensive players kicking the balls too many times, and that wasn't fun.
And we moved some players around and let some people try some other things, but
Like what, like Rabona or something, or what?
no, like, Grant played first because,
Okay.
Right.
he thought he could, but he's no Luke Leslie.
The fuck, Grant? I played third and I
Hey,
dominated.
no one play came. No, I didn't have a play that. Inning.
Also, it's another shout out to our sponsor, Lady Bird. Thank you again for sponsoring us this week. Next up, we had the D-Holes blunting the Sacred Sword 15-2.
Finally, a double-digit win by D-Holes. It's been a while. No, it's been a while. It's been a while. Seriously, it's been a while. I told you, Alex, it's been a while.
Yeah,
So,
because we play in the twos.
Yeah, humble insult.
but even the divisional play is kind of like
We play against the good teams, though.
But you're a good team.
Well, nah.
Yeah. What do you got on
No,
this
they're
one,
great,
Alex?
great people. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. That's a lot of what I have. Bickle got a home run in this game. They threw a lot
What?
of. Yeah, Bickle got a home run. They threw at him a lot. It was stupid. I don't know why you throw at him. It's just dumb.
Why
Bickle,
throw
good
period?
at throwing
Why
punches
throw
and
period?
dodging balls.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's really good at that. But it was good. We had really good defensive effort on this one. We kind of changed our defense just a little bit. Started putting a shift in there that JDE uses, and it worked actually really, really well for us. And we used it all weekend, so it worked out well.
Yeah, you fucking shellacked him. I mean, this was one of the biggest margins of the first round.
Yeah. And whatever meteorologist said it was going to be fucking windy and wind in on there lied.
Apparently.
It was windy where we're at 2.
It
was
just
pretty windy.
died.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were still able to just drill the ball
Yeah.
out.
Anybody counting on wind to make a difference in their game was sorely disappointed.
Yeah, no, not at all. So yeah, no, great defensive effort. Mike and Ari, 3-1. They played fantastic, kept people off the board. Having Ari at first base is absolutely wonderful. That's somebody who's got a little bit of range. Not quite Spencer's 6'3" frame, but nice tall lady. He's got really good hands.
She's
Yeah, she is. Yeah,
Aries
she's an amazing first baseman.
So that's one of the 2 ladies that played first base. Our ladies, Ari and Catherine from the Sacred Sword. By the way, she's who they faced.
Oh, yeah, Jackie
Regularly,
did too, yeah.
regularly, peoples, regularly.
Next up, Muddy Waters euthanizes Poshwash, 20-0. No, I didn't have time to write things
That's
down.
nice.
It was all off the
it-
cuff.
I feel like any jokes about murder or killing people is inappropriate today.
Thanks, Aaron.
I did see 10 hits for Poshwash. That's awesome. And
Yep.
Allen, I couldn't tell for exactly, but it looked like Allen on Poshwash went 3 for 3, so let's go.
He definitely had his best games, 3 games in a row, and he's our first baseman new to the league.
Awesome.
Nice.
Oh yeah, him. Yeah.
What a great pickup.
Yeah. After that, we had Triple X.
Borked.
It's my mind is running through all sorts of dirty permutations. We'll just say that Tic Tac Toes nicely beat the Corksuckers 5-2.
Vengeance game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, XXO won both games. So
Wait, how is this a Vengeance game?
Well, they just
because
saw
they both
each
play
other
each
last
other.
week.
They both play each other.
But Triple X
Yeah, but-
beat Corksuckers
Right,
in a
Vengeance game.
walk-off.
That's a rematch. My name
It
rematch.
was just a
I think
rematch, yeah.
Did-
Yeah.
They
Did
played
the-
each other last week.
So I guess we could say that Triple X DP'd Corksuckers. 2 in a row.
Yes.
Yeah, you can-
Yes, they
you can say
did.
that,
Yes, they did.
All right. 5-2. I know nothing about this. Anybody got anything?
No.
Anybody see this game?
Are there any notes?
I saw a
No
note. It
notes.
looked like a note said walk-off reboot, but that doesn't make any sense.
What?
Unless it was a 3-run homer, it doesn't make any
I
sense.
don't think it's
Yeah.
right.
Are you looking at last year? All right. Next up, we had the Redlegs putting it to the late fees, 19-2.
No
Still nothing.
surprise. No
It's
surprise.
convenient. None of us saw any of these games.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a surprise. Between no friends and late fees and the Red Legs and
No, but no spoilers. Late fees
Yeah,
outplayed their seed later on. Next up, we had Honey Badgers 11-4 over the Soda Jerks.
Rematch.
I saw Derek
Derek?
around here.
Derek?
Derek, you got anything on this one? No, he'll make his
Lost.
way up here.
Get your
Yeah.
butt out of that bench.
While Derek's walking up here, Aaron, I apologize for talking about death and stuff like that, but you've all been warned that I'm drunk and off the cuff.
That's fair. No, just I think somebody in the kickball league lost a friend the other day, so that's all it was.
I know
Anyways,
that, so.
funeral day. Anyways, Honey Badgers, they played us really well. Not quite as good as we played them the first time I think it was like 14-8, maybe.
14-5.
Good, maybe it's exactly like it was the first time. But, I mean, our defense was rocking. Our offense was a little sluggish. And, for every 1 run we put up, they'd put up 2. I mean, they're a higher seeded team than us for a reason. So, but they played really great. All the refs did wonderful. There was only one call that the Honey Badgers absolutely hated. They overran a base while our pitcher had control. And we tagged them out on base. But other than that, it was a great game. It was fun. That's all I got.
Sure. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, Derek.
Next up, we had Post House showing that German houses are better than American ones, 20-1 over home loans.
Rematch, but not a shutout. First time was shutout.
Not a shutout. I mean,
Yeah, last.
I rep this game, and I'm just here to stand for the home loans. They've got a ton of good players. They really could have scored more in this game with a little bit of experience. Post House, they're not all that good. I don't know.
There's a bulletin.
Post
material.
House, should have shut him
There's a
out.
bulletin board material right there.
So Home Loan's 3-game winning streak comes to a screeching halt here, but still a great showing by them generally. So
Yeah, no shutout.
respect.
They look good.
They got good athletes. They do.
I mean, that's better than what most teams did in like the first 5 weeks against Post House. I feel like. I mean,
Well, I think they lost. I think Home Loans lost to Post House in that week 1. That was like the 42
nothing.
So they cut it in half.
Here's Sean from Louise. What's up?
Post House foreclosed on home loans. Come on, man.
What's that?
Post House foreclosed on home loans.
I used that already like once or
Oh,
twice.
shit,
this year.
sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
He did.
sure, use it again.
He did.
I
Come
may
on,
be off the
Sean.
cuff, but I'm trying not to forget what I've already gone through. Yeah. In your defense, Sean, you were totally wasted when I used that one. So. Next up, Button Grind defeats Jazz House in a huge upset in the first round, 7-5.
actually,
Once again, Jazz House lets me down. Thanks,
I had
Jazz
this in my
House.
bracket.
Thank you, Rick, for letting Cougar down.
Yep.
Rick, did you have anything on this one?
I got something, but you go first, Rick.
Yeah.
I saw what I saw. Go ahead, Rick.
Where's
I
Olivia?
was going to say, I know a few brute hangers are here.
It was really, really, really fun. Both teams were really matched. We both played our hearts out. I can't tell you how much fun it was. Obviously, I wish that we would have won, but we managed to strand base runners, and Sean Edwards had one of the best games I've ever seen him play. He threw out a couple of guys who got a little froggy on the base pass, and he threw them out from the outfield to nail them down. One of the funny things, and it was close, but it was never got weird or poopy or anything. Mainly it was because we just kind of all know each other, and it was just fun. And I went up to the guys when they were coming off the field. I think it was either the 7th or the 8th inning, and I gathered some of the guys who I know from Bunt and Grind because we've reffed together a lot. And I said, "You guys realize that we're basically battling to the death here to see who gets to play Post House." and then we all laughed, and then we went back to try to win the game as best we could. Yeah.
When I make a note on the personal conduct policy, I'm going to say, don't be weird and poopy.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of poopy out there.
There is a lot of poopy
There
out
is a lot of poopy out there, but it was a really, really fun game, and they played a teeny bit better than we did, and it was enough to win. Yeah. So
Thanks,
okay.
Rick. I'm going to challenge Cougar to go back through the annals and determine whether or not Jazz House had more stranded runners this year than any other team in any other year.
Probably.
Might be double.
And here's Olivia.
I don't even know how to follow that up. That was a lot, and it was good.
Olivia, the player that refuses to be poached.
It was a really fun game. It was tied for a while, wasn't it? Yeah, it felt like nobody could score for a second, and then we played one of the best games I think we've played all season. I was really proud of my team, and then like you said, we were fighting to play Post House, so it was a good bitter win, about that. But yeah, good game.
Yeah, it looks like it was
Good job.
tied in the 7th. They tied it up in the 7th, 8th, and then Button Grind scored 2 in the 9th.
Yeah, I can't remember if Seth was on this, but I know Hammond was. This was your upset pick, wasn't it? Yep.
Division 3 strikes again.
By the way, you kids got to pay attention to Jazz House, Rick. Your first base runner got pegged by a kicked ball. Come on. So.
Oh, when she was standing on the base, she got hit with the kicked ball.
The first base runner ran and then not paid attention. Got hit by a kicked ball.
Oh, she got Santos ruled.
Yeah.
Come on, Rick.
Yeah, that was painful. Yeah, but the ball was a line drive rocket.
But you got to pay attention.
It nailed him. It nailed him right in the chest. Yeah.
Got to hit the ground. Hit
That's
the
okay.
deck.
That's okay. Tripp is one of the best third basemen in the league, and so if he had a base running error, I'm going to let that go because he is an absolutely terrific ball player. Yeah.
All right, next up we had Love Garden and our guest Jake, 15-3. Shock the Ghosts.
Yeah, this was a really fun game. It was awesome to play against Ghost. Brian, it was great to play against Brian. He was an old teammate of mine on the Squids. He played awesome. A lot of good kicks to the right side. It was fun. It was a great game.
Here's Matthew.
I just love seeing one of my former players on Space Pussy Jake succeeding. I mean, he's still terrible at Magic the Gathering, but I love him. So it was fun.
Well, that fits. He was on Space Pussy and he's still out of this world.
I do need to highlight Megan on the Ghost. Drilled one to the fence, completely burning our left fielder for like a two RBI double. And then the next time Megan came up, he backed like all the way up to butt on the fence.
Learned his lesson.
Leaving a lot of room. That's exactly the tact I take when Keith is kicking.
Yeah.
Next up, we had Shirt Factory over Asteroid Head, 13-6.
This was a Sestation upset special. That's why I looked at him and threw my hand like, what the fuck are you thinking?
I mean, they put
And I'm saying you Sestation out there, what the fuck are you thinking with that upset special? What the fuck are you thinking? There, you want to say it again?
Yeah, that's 3
I'll
30
drink to that.
seconds.
I'm not drunk, trust
I
me.
think it's because we don't have like a moderator in the middle, like CJ or Tim Fredrickson or something like that. But I'm pretty sure we've also set a record for Cougar curses this year.
Yeah, I'll start
Breaking
because the first
records
one I
all
said
around.
shit as a game in the week of the podcast.
Right.
Thanks.
Did anybody have any notes on this game or see it or anything? Somebody won. Was that you, Matt?
Somebody won.
Somebody won. All right, moving on. Yeah. Asteroid Head showing. I mean, 6 runs is not nothing.
No, that's great.
Oh.
And they played each other last year. I think the final score was like 9, like 10-7 or something closer. So
Yeah.
So
That's about halfway through. Should we just do discussion questions now?
sure.
Okay.
Do it.
All right. So, biggest surprise from the first round. Anybody? Biggest surprise from the first round.
I'll go first. My biggest surprise
That's true.
was just the home loans in general. I mean, getting that shutout win, I mean,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yep.
This is going to be, they played really great in the game I reffed against Post House. Nobody expected to win that. And a little bit of a spoiler, in the next round, they played incredible as well. I mean, I feel like they walked into this tournament as a 6 seed and almost like walked out as like a 3 seed in terms of like the quality of games they were playing.
Yeah, it kind of feels like they were a half season away from having an upset here, basically.
Yeah.
Another few games and they might have been trouble.
Sam and Gage on that team. Gage is Angela Finch's
Stepbrother.
stepbrother.
Yep.
Yeah. They've been playing the last couple of weeks for our City League team, and those guys are baller.
They're
got
They're
good
gonna
athletes,
be-
yeah.
I think they have like 3 people at least that are good enough to just walk onto a 1 or 2 seed team right now, which is more than some of the 1 and 2 seed teams
Yeah.
have. So.
So, great job, Sam and Gage.
Yeah,
Keep it up.
absolutely. Yep. Biggest surprise. I figured like Arbar and Free State be a little bit closer, a little bit. I thought it would be the game of the week of all the first round games between Arbar and Free State. So I figured a little bit closer, only besides 11-3, but that's it.
Just
so.
for the rounds we covered.
So that's all I got the first round.
What do you got, Aaron?
Aaron, what you got from 31st Street?
I was actually surprised with the Brutang sword game. Not because Brutang, I respect the shit out of Brutang. They're the only people that beat us in the 5s, and they definitely brought it. But Sword is such a veteran team with people that have such phenomenal spatial awareness out on the field.
Not quite there
They
yet.
have a lot of really good place kickers. So
No,
I
it's
didn't
first
get
round.
to see them see their game, but that was a little surprising to me. Just super veteran team and super rookie team. Brutang beating them.
Word? Stacy, any surprises from the first round?
Not really in the first round. No.
No? Grant, how about you?
I mean, I was going to, honestly, with Jake, home loans, that's kind of the only one that I was really kind of surprised about.
All right. I had Bunt and Grind just because I picked against them, and that was the quote unquote big upset in the
Yeah,
first
I mean,
round.
I had Bunt and Grind beating that first round. And
Yeah, I think it was a popular upset pick, so
Yeah.
makes sense there.
Thanks, Jazz House, again.
Yeah. Also, I'm surprised that Brutang put up 8 against Harpies, or not. Either way.
Yeah.
While we were going over the first round game, I just kept on waiting
We
for
drunk
Al
this
to come
town
up
just
here
like
and give you
Arbar
guys
in week
shit.
5, their grand.
With Grant
Remember
at
that?
first, I'm surprised they didn't put up more.
Hey,
Week 5, you were drunk as
I wasn't
Arbar.
drunk like Arbar, but we just started having fun in the 6th. In the 6th inning, we just started playing around, and they saw it and they used
took
it.
advantage.
So,
Yeah, good for them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like letting other people think they can do that against us in other games. So we'll just have some fun. We're not
All
gonna
right.
be a dick and run it out.
You're good. All right. Let's push on. So let's. Should we move to the round 2 games in the plate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
First up, we had the Woost served up Louise's 8-4. So I rep this game, and kind of tying into my question, my biggest surprise was how good Louise's team that was basically a borderline 6 team played. They have the legs to be like a 4 team from a few years ago.
They do. Yeah.
They were great. Decent defense. This game really came down to Woos just making clutch situational kicking, and it was close in parts. Woos just has the veteran kicks to win the game.
I mean, you look at Louise, their first year in the league. Like, give them credit. They went 3 wins in ranked play. I know it's the 6s. I mean, that's impressive to have a winning record in ranked play your first year in the league. So, not too surprised for me, but like give them credit that a good showing against Woost. So
I think it's a credit to City League and to Hammond and Hammond Incorporated running those weekday clinics and everything like that. But I ref the 3:30 games a couple years ago and then the year before that, and there is just a world of difference in the talent and the ability from a couple years ago and a few years ago from this year.
Yeah, I agree. Like the new teams, they're bringing it.
Mm-hmm.
they are.
And so that was my biggest surprise. I just love it.
Yeah.
Next up, we had 23rd Street over Assets, 16-9.
Can I have a quote real quick?
Someone's
I gotta be
excited about
real
that.
honest. Aaron, you may not like to hear this. This is a direct quote from David Shipley. You ready? He said this: "If they would have lost to Kicking Assets, he would have retired." I was like, "What?" You said,
man,
what?
we missed an opportunity for Shipley to retire.
I definitely heard
He said
from
what?
one of the reps that this was a very
Explain, Aaron.
heated
He
game.
said what?
Would he have stayed on the board because we really need him to take shit to and from the shed?
His logistics are impeccable, is what you're saying.
Wow.
No, he was serious. So this game was overly emotional. Both of us lost it at some point in the game. I was pissed off at myself for shitty kicks, and David threw the clipboard and he tried to,
The marker board.
the marker board. Yeah, he
and
threw his own.
Shards sliced
And
his
then
hand.
cut himself, which was karma. But yeah, so the last couple of years, we've gone out after the first week of the tournament. And so we were really trying to get in the 4s this year, ended up losing to Asteroid Head, who then forfeits their next game. So that was like pissing us off. Then we tried to sweep the 5s, got really close. So it was very emotional going into the game. We were also playing a team that we did beat in the 5s, but was a close game then too. So just generally like high emotions. But it was ended up being a really fun game at the end. I will say we've done this the last couple of weeks. We seem to play really shitty for like 6 innings, and then somebody from our team finds some energy and rallies us together. A couple of weeks ago, it was Ashley Sill. She came into the game. She came late, was our cheerleader. We come from behind, end up winning.
Right.
And that was against Assets too, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yep, that was against Assets. And then Kevin came in late last week, and we started doing better against Brutang. Didn't win, but still did a little bit better. And then this time, Garrett actually stopped us in the middle of the 6th inning and was like, "Hey, Aaron, can we huddle? We are too fucking crazy right now. We need to calm it down. We need to start having fun." And once we started having fun, we ended up winning. So
Kickball's fun.
it can be, yeah.
Can be, yeah.
Yeah, it looks
Jason
like it
Freed was like, fuck that. I'm only having fun if I'm yelling at people.
Yeah, and Jason Freed is
Stone
still an
cold.
asshole.
I was gonna
So.
say, there's
Don't
always an
roll.
exception to
Yeah.
the rule.
Right. I have one quick comment on this game, and I was talking to Cougar about it as we were walking up the stairs. So Assos was down late in the game, and I didn't get to watch until the very end. But I saw Tristan coming up to bat, so I yelled at him walking up to the home plate when they were down. And I said, "Tristan, primetime players make primetime plays." And he kicked it inside the park home run immediately after that. I just wanted to give props to Tristan for that.
Yeah, here in the sixth, it looks like kicking assets were
When they're done talking.
at it was
8 to
4.
4.
8 to
and
4.
So in
8
the
to 4,
seventh
yeah.
and after that, it just
Well,
they,
in the 7th inning, we actually had 2 outs, and then we scored 6 runs.
yeah.
So
yeah.
6 runs
After
on a
that,
2-out
it
rally.
It kind of got pulled away.
So, and here's Marisa from King Assets.
Yeah. So, Ben, you're also forgetting to mention that before Tristan got his in-the-field home run, Danielle actually kicked an in-the-field home run and an RKI. So kudos to fucking her. That was awesome.
Wow. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Says she actually had 2 RKIs and a home run in the 5th.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and 23rd Street won. That's great. But I think we won the most fun out of it because we were having fun the entire time. We did shit the bed in the 7th, and then while we shit the
You
bed,
told
we
me
were
about
also
that.
vomiting. But then Danielle did the in-the-field home run, and we're like, fuck it, we don't care that we shit the bed and we're vomiting and we're losing right now. It's fuck it, we're just having fun.
Did you actually? You didn't actually vomit, did you?
No, but we shit the bed, okay?
Okay.
We were up, and then all of a sudden, I mean, we were hitting things perfectly. We had a whole lineup of like just how we're making plays. Things were great, and then it was just like, well,
Yeah.
but we still. I mean, the entire time, I am so proud of my team. They played phenomenal. We had a person playing at third that doesn't play at third. We had a person in right field that doesn't play at right field. Our game plan was to not kick to David. Their game plan was to not kick to Tristan, and so it
Right.
was good.
Good. It's unfortunate that for Marisa that they can get their 4th ever plate trophy there, which furthers their history. What are you doing there, Mike?
Hey guys, just a long-time listener, first-time floor micer. I just wanted to tell you guys that Cougar, you were almost as sexy as Marisa.
Nice comment from a totally
And there's
random
that
person
first
I've never
side.
seen before.
Man, he looks really familiar.
Thank you, unknown audience member.
You're overestimating me.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure where we are now. Next up, our bar, chicken winged young spines, 17-7.
Rematch game and pretty much the same results.
Yeah, we Harvey's ref this game. We kind of split up since we had another game right after that. But I refed it early on, and I mean, both teams. I don't know, like they Young Spine just they have the talent there. They just don't have the experience yet. They're getting there because I saw some players that if I could just say a couple things to them before they went into kick, especially, I feel like the score could have been a lot different. Our bar though has just come along a long way this year, and they're solid.
You mentioned about that because I actually reffed their first game. They played each other. That was in week 4 when they won by the same margin of 10 runs. The final score being 18-8 between our bar and Young Spine. And you're right. Young Spine has the athletes there, but it's just it's just so I don't know if you saw it the same way. The defense there is just really lacking there. I know it's kind of experience, and they have I know they have the athletes, but they've got to be more sound in the defense.
Yeah, I mean, their fielder wasn't wearing cleats, and he slipped literally 3 times, and
What the
big
hell?
plays on that. I was reffing third, and I'm just like, dude, do you want some cleats right now? Because I probably have an
Not
extra
wearing
pair in the
cleats.
car.
Week 11, you're not wearing cleats.
Oh,
Oh
it's
my
bad.
gosh.
I also feel like they have a roster of 28 players.
Oh my
and when you have, and I mean, they've had to pick up people every week because they just don't have a consistent team. If they could get a solid core team, I think they would be decent. But when you have to pick up subs every week, it really hurts.
Yeah, hey Jay, can I make a throwback reference and just say that in the words of Rob Z, they need to slit some throats.
Oh boy. Yeah, I got a couple of notes on this one too. Like Aaron Combs went 5 for 5 at the top, so I just like to highlight that because offense is awesome, defense is totally lame.
Yeah, he's great too, he's got a great personality. He and Ashley, I think that's part of the reason I feel like they're going to get better as the seasons go on.
Yeah. So and then on the R-Bar side, the top 2 in their lineup scored 9 runs in 10 attempts. I think they went 5 for 6 and 6 for 6 or whatever it was. It was
making
crazy.
a meal of a lesser team.
That's getting it done at the top.
Here's Alex from D-Holes.
Yeah, I mean, I reffed the game, so I can
He's
talk
back.
about it. I'm back again. Yes. Okay, so Young Spine, yes, inexperienced, made a couple of errors, what have you. They did play well, good defense, played good offense also. I mean, they put 7 runs up on our bar, and their defense is no slouch. I will say that in this game, if our bar kicked this game like they did against Free State would have lost.
But it's easier to do like a young
No.
spine, isn't it?
No,
They had
this was not hitting. This was not like kicking at a person and they dropped the ball. This was every kick was a gap kick. Every kick was away from somebody. This was like a post house clinic kicking. They played very well.
I've seen it. That's why I'm high on them.
Yeah, they played very, very well. And no offense to Seth and Free State's defense, but if they ran into this version of R-Bar, it's a different story for them. They're playing for the plate at that point.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what people wouldn't
gonna
play.
I'm gonna bet the over on R-Bar next year. Also, for anybody else listening, you heard it from Hamid. It is possible to ref and pay attention to the game.
888 bets off. 888 bets off. Thank you.
All right. Next up, we had Brutang, Tainted Sword, 12-8.
Wow.
Biggest upset of the week by seed, I think.
Yeah.
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 Here's
That was a
Lauren from
surprise.
Johnny's. What happened?
This game was incredible. Both teams had home runs. Brutang had like an equalizer bunt in the 8th. Farai from Brutang, it looked like he wasn't going to take a pitch, but then he kicked it between the catcher's leg to kick in somebody for the tying run in the 8th inning. Yeah.
Wait, real quick. Stacy's trained her kids well. She's got Max bringing her drinks up here. All right, go ahead. Lauren. I'm sorry. I had to interrupt.
Continue, Lauren. Good.
Yeah, let's see. I think it was Alec from Sword had a home run, and then Alec, their left fielder, prevented a second home run from Brutang by an amazing catch in left field at the fence, basically. You know, it's 175 feet over there in left field. So it was an incredible game to ref. Really, really fun.
So wait, Lawrence, you're telling me that a kicker nutmegged the catcher to get an RKI on a kick?
Correct.
This is so 2021 season. So
And it didn't
bizarre.
touch his
Where was the
legs. It
catcher?
just went
Crazy.
right through.
The catcher moved?
That's awesome.
Nutmegged him.
Y'all
So-
talked about
Insane.
So the Farai kicked a foul. It was clear. It became clear that he was going to kick up one, so the catcher rotated and stood on the first base line side. Farai told him exactly what kind of pitch he wanted. They pitched it, and it was kind of close to the catcher, but he kicked it far enough back that they just thought he wasn't going to kick it anymore, and they kicked it straight through the catcher's legs.
Great.
It was incredible.
Nice.
That's going to be the new Rabona thing.
Y'all have
No,
talked,
this is nutmeg. This is nutmeg.
y'all talked on this podcast a lot about just the 3 division teams doing work, and I think it's awesome that we have Bunt and Grind, Brutang, and Home Loans all out of Division 3 and all making upsets in this tournament. So showing up in the tournament too, not just in divisional
I'll
or in
get that
pool
later.
play.
I'll get that later. Oh, yeah. So.
Next up, we had Cork Porked Posh, 11-7.
I ref this game, and I'm sure Aaron, but she played the game, so ladies first. Go ahead. Aaron.
I'm thankful that you showed up to ref the game.
You're welcome. Glad I could help out.
You won't ever hear this from me again, but Cougar was the best ref on the field that day.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's all she's got.
This has got to be the game of the season for Poshwash. I mean, even in the loss, like
Yeah.
what a great result. And,
Absolutely.
I mean, really impressive.
Yeah. And a quick shout out to Erin, who had just been kicking lights out in every game I saw her play for the past few weeks.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sean, who has been playing through an injured leg and has been helping lead the team. Just shout out to Kevin, who is doing his job on offense and defense. Just love it. I love what I saw from Posh all weekend.
I would say Kevin is probably one of my favorite people to watch playing kickball.
Oh my God, yes.
When he's running those bases, I fucking love it.
He just never beats himself.
Oh, it's a lot of fun to watch Kevin go.
Also, we have other new players on the team that are probably going to be looking for fall ball teams. So if you've got an open spot, let them know.
Oh, God, I almost forgot. Darcy. In the first game that I reffed, when Poshwash played Rockets, Darcy was like 4 for 5, 1 or 2 RKIs, scored a couple. She was the MVP, and she had like through 6 innings. I'm pretty sure she had half the putouts.
And this is first year?
No, she's a former member of the homies.
okay.
Yeah.
Former member of the homies. Yeah, she went to Kentucky.
She was
Yep, yep.
incredible.
She played with Mahomes, and then she
The
came
homies,
over to
yep.
Poshwash for a couple
she
years.
did.
Then her and her husband Tad moved to Tennessee or Kentucky.
Kentucky.
They just got back this year. They literally got back to town the Saturday before the first game of the season. They've been playing with us all season.
Awesome.
And by the way, Grant, if you remember the Wayback Machine, way back then, our team, the homies, shut out Ladybird. And what kept the shutout is that you rounded third, trying to get home. Darcy at Rover pegged you going from third to home, preventing from you getting that run. This was several years ago. This happened.
Well,
I love that he
That's
remembers
years
that.
ago.
Damn.
I like how you.
Yeah.
I don't remember that, but I very much believe that I got tagged out
Yeah.
running home.
But
I very much
But
believe
I will
it.
say, I remember that face you had there. You were really ticked off about getting shut out. I thought, this is a mark of a new beginning there for this team there. It's like, but yeah,
you
the
sparked
lowest
it.
part is getting
Cougar,
shut up on the homies.
Your
yeah.
team sparked it. You sparked the
our
Harpy
team
rage,
sparked it.
and I worked hard to.
Sure. Yeah. Ironic because my homies, guess what? They got shut out. So, yay. It all comes in one nice little bow. That's all.
All right, so we missed it earlier, but this was the late fees rewound the jerks 6-9.
Gosh,
Right. So late fees exceeding expectations because we had I think Rex was up here and he picked the power rankings right for some other teams, but he was off on this one, and I think a lot of us missed this. Late fees showing some real heart here and taking down a higher seeded team.
I would have not missed this because late fees have 3 former drunk defenders, my old school fall ball
Yeah, there you
team, as well as Eric is the captain, a former Squid. They're ballers. I got some notes from Eric. He said that the best thing about this game is that one of their players wore a full-on body paint jersey of like glitter,
Oh,
and
the
that
glitter paint.
It was truly amazing.
and they're all still like finding glitter like today, like all over themselves. Yeah, and
he wore it for the
equally
entire
amazing
day.
that
Did
he
you
was
get
able to
distracted,
stand
Eric?
up after how much he drank.
the other thing that cracked me up about this game, so Eric and Dylan, my 2 homies, it was like Dylan led off and then Eric was the second kicker in the first game, and they both scored. In this game, they switched them, so Eric led off and then Dylan was second, and they both scored in the first. I just like want to know what the thought process was behind that change.
I'll tell you my thought process.
Uh-oh.
So, kind of Cougar hit it on earlier. They came out with high energy and was swinging. I think the very first at bat they got 3 on, and then whoever their fourth kicker is drilled one really deep, right on the right field line. It was more or less undefendable unless you're kind of standing right there, and that kind of set the tone for them. And we were playing catch up the entire game. And I know it happens to every team, but it definitely felt like this particular game we had the worst luck possible. Every throw that they had from outfielder to home or, relayed into home or any base, it just clipped our runners right on the heel, right on the base, here and there. Just could not get away from it. And then everything we tried, just like clean misses. And those little factors here and there added up to what it was. But, they came out swinging. They played real hard. It was a great game.
Yep. And this was the rematch game there between Late Fees and Soda Jerks. It was a week 6.
Week
It was
6,
kind of 15-10 win for Soda Jerks.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, it was just super unfortunate for us as far as, how it went down. But they played their heart out. Whoever that guy with the painted-on body jersey, he was crushing it at shortstop.
I will tell this real quick about glitter. As someone got glittered by my Hannah Blaja years ago, it takes like 2 weeks for that glitter to get out of your hair and your body. It's awful.
Luckily, we were playing with a green dodgeball. I had a bunch of really good balls from dodgeball we hadn't used.
Yeah.
And it was the best ball we had on the field, so luckily we couldn't see all the green body paint on the ball. It just all blended in.
That glitter is going to be hard to get out, trust me.
I'm sure
I've been
people
there. I've been there. Thanks, Hannah.
No lie.
Yeah.
All right, next up we had Jazz House over home loan 16-13.
The Similac Bowl.
Rick,
got
you're
all these
still around,
kids,
aren't
all
you?
these babies. The Similac Bowl.
We miss our usual soundboard guy, Matt, but Rick was nice enough to run the soundboard for us tonight so we can do this.
Yeah, where are we again, Ben?
I'm sorry?
We're on your victory over home loan 16-13.
Oh, no, it's just like
Yeah.
location-wise.
Yeah, and that was a super fun game as well. We were pretty much in control the whole way through. And then, like I said, I will not ever throttle my offense back. I just kept them running, kept them playing. And then we were up, I think, in the ninth inning. Is it 16-7? Is that what you got?
No, 16-13.
No, that's the end. But
going into the in the eighth. In the eighth, you were
control.
16. It was 16-7.
Yeah, 16-7 in the eighth. So then I swapped people out, and I put people in positions they'd never played before. And then all of a sudden, Home Loans is like, oh, okay, cool. This is going to be fun. And then they racked up 6 runs on us, and I'm like, holy moly, we can't possibly lose this game. Yes, Cougar, did you have something?
Why would you do that? Swap people say they've never played there before. Why would you do that?
Because it's fun,
It is
Cougar.
fun.
You need to understand how the game is about fun.
And
it's not about any greater glory to the kickball gods in the sky. We're never going to be on ESPN. We don't care what people think. We were having fun.
If you
And
win
that-
by 1 run or if you win by 31s, guess what?
It's
you
still a win.
won. So
Yeah.
who gives a shit
Yeah.
what the
Yeah, but
score is?
67
But
It's
anyway,
still a win.
and it made it
fun.
really exciting. It made it really exciting, and it was really fun. And my kids were panicking, and
me too.
not panicking, but they were a little worried. And my regulars who I took out, my outfielders are like, Rick, really, and they're like, really, Rick, and I'm like, these kids got it, they got it, because I have faith in my team, I have faith in my players. They got to go through the fire. I'll wrap up here in just a half a second. We had lost 3 games in a row for the first time in years and years and years. And, I can't even remember the last time we lost 3 games in a row, maybe 2012 or something.
I'll check my jump drive.
And so, we weren't going to lose that game. Now then, last bit, props to Home Loans. They've got some legs on that team,
They do.
guys.
They do.
I mean, I ain't
They
kidding you.
avoided the shutout against Post House. They won 3 in a row before that, and they came within 3 runs of beating you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they saw what you did and took advantage of it, but
Yeah, but they've got 3 or 4 guys that could play on any team in this league.
Yeah,
I'm not
they
kidding
do.
you. They got
They do.
this left fielder. He was just a great player.
Well, it
And I
looks
was talking with both Sarah and Bree, who were rotating on the scorebook, and I said to each one of them at different times, I said, man, these guys are a 35 seed. Can you believe what has happened to this league? This team 15 years ago, 10 years ago, would be in the middle to top tier. I mean, they were that good.
They could,
Their downfall was they had a bad case of slinging the balls around. Think Grant in 2013, and you'll know what I'm talking about.
Ouch.
I think Grant was the guy that finally invented the name Hero Throw. And I don't know if he did or not, but I sure don't remember hearing it before Grant started using it. Yeah.
He didn't come up with it, but it's named after him.
No, that was a Hero Throw.
Well, none of my team is disagreeing with you, Lou. So, yeah.
no, that was definitely his favorite move.
Yeah, but Home Loans are very, very close, and both Bree and Sarah Weisel were like, oh my God, these guys, if they stick together, if they're able to stick together, So props out to them, man, and they were a lot of fun to play against.
Oh yeah, I didn't see this game, but in the score, on the score sheets, it looks like they had some pretty good defense, throughout the game. I mean that they had some three up, 3 down scenarios a couple times in that. I mean, that's pretty. I mean, pretty impressive.
They were good. They were definitely good.
I roughed the beginning of this game, and I just couldn't believe how many incredibly talented athletes were coming out of the Jazz House dugout, like one after one. 'Cause this is the first time I'd seen y'all play, and you have probably the most athletic team in the league, hands down. And I've already talked about Home Loans; they're so good. I'm kind.
Thank you, Jake. But
I think for Jazz House, it's all just coaching.
Yeah, I know. It's just the coaching. It's just getting all my wild horses all hitched to the same wagon and pulling in the same direction.
Yeah.
We're going to have fun trying to compete for the plate, but we will definitely be back next year. Everybody's coming back next year.
Yeah, I feel like if your youngins listen a little bit more, they'd probably be a lot better.
They do listen, but they have fun.
They
just
feel like they have
fun.
that ego where they think they can make those plays, and the only games I've seen.
I need to quit.
They've
They're the
been
only
like-
team in the league that when they're playing their hip hop leg, I'll look over in my dugout and there's like 8 of them in a row line dancing, not country line dancing, but hip hop, whatever,
Break dancing.
They're just
dancing.
rocking, man. They're rocking. They're
Hip-hop
having fun
line
out there.
What you got, Aaron?
I'm pretty sure hero throws were invented by Love Garden, Mr. Adrian Proctopus. And speaking of Love Garden, there's some free pizza over here from Rob Z.
Hey, thanks, Rob Z.
Love Rob Z.
Yeah,
Again, that's a similar.
I'm conflicted about the home loans because like if they stick together for like 2 more years, they're going to be competing. And on the other hand, if you're that left fielder with like the cannon for an arm who kicked one in the fence, like come talk to me after the podcast.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing to Louise's. It's kind of like up and down this league. There's some really good talent. On some
Don't
of
do
these
it.
overseas
Stick with
teams.
your team.
Yeah.
Grant
Listen
stuck
to
with his
Ladybird.
team. Grant stuck with his team, and look where we are
Yeah,
now.
but that's an anomaly, Stacy. That's an
have my mom
anomaly,
on my
Stacy.
team.
Yeah,
People get
that's
poached.
true.
Teams get poached.
I'm just saying, just
Teams get
you know,
poached.
stick it out.
I
Make
doubt
that
it.
good. Make that your good team.
I doubt it.
All right. Next up, we had Asteroid had ectoplasm all over the ghosts, 5-3. We have some ghosts here, don't we? Cosgrove, where'd you go?
Oh, he left.
Matthew's gone.
Fuck you, Cosgrove.
Well, then I didn't see this game.
He spoke to me just right before the podcast and was just really complimentary of his team and how well they played. And I mean, it seemed like just a back and forth game. Asteroid had barely pulls it out, but I mean, it seemed like Ghost just got better and better this year, and it seemed like they ended on a really high note.
Yeah, you heard it from Jake. Asteroid had barely pulled it out and then stuck it in the ghosts. Next up, we're still going to round 2 in the winners bracket.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are we going to discussion question or not?
Actually, James Jr. I saw James Jr. after this game. He came to me at YSC won, and he was like, "We lost, man." I was like, "Well, I mean, we lost too." Not to get ahead of it.
Yeah.
That's it happens in this tournament.
Yeah.
Almost everybody loses.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
Anyway, I think generally speaking, good showing by Ghost here.
Yeah.
All right, let's move to the cup bracket. Round
discussion
2.
question?
What's that?
No discussion question
You
or
want to
not?
do another discussion question? Well, let's do yours then.
Okay, please. Okay. This is a long one, so everyone pay attention. Okay. This is 3 parts.
Good luck.
Oh, boy. Okay. Would you rather win in a playing game, get pummeled by a top 4 seeded team in the first round, and then lose in the second round of the plate bracket, or lose in the playing game, then proceed to win the boot semifinals and final and get the boot trophy?
Oh, so you're
Wasn't
asking
it
about
so
like
you're
all the
asking
the
for
playing
your
games,
team.
playing games, right?
What's that?
You're
In
talking
general,
about
it's example. Yeah,
Wasn't
there's
there-
3 sets. There's
Wasn't
3
there a
sets.
third option there? Go through
There's
all the
3 different options.
options.
There's different options. There's 3 different options.
Yeah,
So
keep
I'm just
going.
asking if you would rather win.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, whatever. Next one. If the Twain bracket was not available, would you rather win the first round game and then proceed to lose the second round game, once season's over in the first thing in the tournament, or lose the first round game but not pulling a ghost from several years ago, intentionally, then proceed to win and to round 16 and possibly win the whole a deep run in the plates?
No shade, Ghost. I'm getting like a super bad vibe here. It's like Ghost is basically like that was 8 years ago.
I don't care. That's
People don't forget.
I'll never forget.
That's right.
That's the biggest blunder. I'm sorry. And this is Lee's sister. I'm still mad. Ticked off.
So this is a 3-parter. We have to
Yeah.
answer
Yeah,
each
what was the
one
next
of
one?
those.
Would you rather win the first 2 games of the tournament, playing game does not count, and then lose the quarterfinals of the cup bracket, or make a deep run in the Twain, semifinals at worst?
So this is like a tiered question, basically. But
Tiered question,
more or
yeah.
less, the question is: would you rather make it as far as possible, or have a chance at winning a lesser trophy? Is that basically?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I want to win at every game I play, with the possible exception, I think, for the teams competing for the boot, because I think in that case you just want more games to get better as a team. So I think there could be a benefit there for a team like Cougar House or Mahomes to just really get a few more games in to get better.
Yeah. Grant, what you got? Because you've been up and down the bracket, so you might be like in a really good position to answer the
We've
question.
definitely been here
I've been
several
everywhere in the
times.
bracket. I would never want to not win a game I could win. We're going to play the best we can play. If we don't get a trophy, that's whatever, but I'm going to play every single game I come up in, my team. I expect our team just to play our best and have the most fun that we can. And we're going to play our game no matter what. And I could never imagine being like, hey, guys, if we lose this game, we could go win this trophy. There's no space in my mind that would ever want to do that.
I think that's the right attitude. As soon as you let that in, then you've
No, I
already
mean,
lost the game.
last season we played, we lost the first game to the Rats. And
By 1 run.
By 1 run, and I showed up in the 3rd inning, and we were down by 4 at that time, and we came back, and we just couldn't squeeze it through. But we lost that game that I don't think we should have lost, and we went on. We won the 20. But we also scored the most runs out of any other team in the league, number-wise. And so, I mean, I think that shows, like, in that just number, showing that we probably shouldn't have been there.
Plus you're dragging Luke's lazy ass all the way through the tournament.
Yeah,
I know.
for sure. And like,
Always
I mean,
dragging Luke.
not trying to like. If we would have won against the rest that time, we probably could have lost the second game or the third game, whatever. But I never want to throw a game for any reason.
Yeah, I don't know if Sean or Joe are still here, but when we were doing the picks, I got like Cougar Cup vibes from Louise's, and having seen them play, I'm not sure they would have traded losing the second couple games for taking the boot.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, he is here. All right. Hey.
A good point to make, and a couple people on my team made it. We played in a playing game this year, and we played 3 games in one day. If you lose the playing game, you're still playing 3 games, period. You're just playing them spread out. Yeah. There's no prize. There's like, you get a really old cleat that's been spray painted gold and still stinks. It's not really a prize.
It does stink. I
heard a rumor that the boot trophy smells like Cougar and Nick Lerner's nuts. Kristen's feet. What you got,
Here's Sean for Louise's.
All I'm going to say about in our situation playing against Hookah, if we lost to Hookah, even with 8 players, which they almost fucking did.
It was kind of scary there for a second, buddy.
Yeah, I wasn't scared if we lost because we could actually play 2 more games against teams like our level. And if we got to the boot final, we'd have actually had played a game on Hobbs. So if we ever had a game of the week, it wouldn't be like, holy shit, like we're out there. It would have done more than getting our ass shit kicked in by KTC.
Right.
But I think we scared the fucking shit out of the Woos for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We had the
totally
lead,
worth
I think,
it,
for
right?
2 innings.
Yeah, Louise's has the legs. You guys worried him.
Yeah, I hope so.
My opinion on this depends on how much alcohol I and the rest of my team has
Oh,
consumed.
my word.
Right. So generally speaking, I would say you want to win every game.
Yeah.
If you're late in the game and it feels like it's out of reach, then I think you just want to tell yourself that it's out of hand and you want to have fun. That's all I got.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Stacey?
I mean, Grant and I have had this discussion many, many times because we've been in this position a lot, and we're always go for the win. We would never want to throw a game ever.
Ghost. Anyways, I'll go last about this and talk about my teams there. So I would want to go try to win the playing game, get pummeled by Post House, and play the loser. It would be Button Grinder Jazz House. And here's the reason why: because our team already won the boot twice, last year and 3 years ago. So I felt that I would like my team to graduate from the boot, especially winning all the games in the 6s, because I'd rather just go out like that and think, you know what, we're making progress. Our team's making progress, even though we're done for the season. Look at that. But apparently our team's not good enough because we're not flat. Now we have to go for the boot again. So, am I disappointed? Yeah, I am. But now it's here and gotta go for it. And old saying goes, beggars can't be choosers. I would know. So
You're just slow playing being the favorite in the Cougar Cup.
One other thing I would say about
I'm
that,
not chooser.
no
No.
matter what though, like if you throw a game and you just go and like crush the next game, like what's the fun in that? Like what's making you better? Like where there's no like enjoyment in just going into the lower and just destroying other teams. Like that doesn't sound fun.
I agree. Go ask the Ghosts. See what their thinking was back
I
then.
want to go up and like
Go
play
ask
the teams
them.
that I'm probably not going to win, but have like learning experience and let's go see what happens next year.
Right.
The question's not about throwing games, though, right? It's about I'm assuming you're playing hard. And
Yeah,
is it
it's
better
more
to
like
win
a retrospective attitude about which you would rather.
I'm on team not throwing games.
Yeah. Thank you, Aaron Adams, for letting us know that Kickball happened this week. Next up, round 2 in the cup bracket. We had KTC versus Drop Stoppers. Wait, did we go through all the semis? Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
KTC over Drop Stoppers, 10-0. Quick note on this one. All right, so KTC, 2 shutouts this week.
Yeah.
First time a team has shut out the first 2 opponents since 2016.
Yep.
Wow.
True.
And it happened twice in 2016. It was Happy Shirt and Channel 6.
It was, yeah.
Another quick note. KTC has only given up more than 4 runs once this season.
And what was that?
Post House, week 7.
Oh, damn.
In the past 2 seasons, KTC has only given up more than 4 runs 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Muddy twice, Post House twice. Anybody guesses who the 5th one is gets a free drink. It is not Ladybird.
Mahomes.
Nice try, Luke.
It's not Mahomes.
JDE.
What's that?
I love you, Luke.
Salon
It's
DeMarco.
not Screamers.
Salon DeMarco. Oh wait, no, we're not in the league.
Is it?
Past 2 seasons, KTC has given up more than 4 runs 5 times. 2 are to Muddy, 2 are to Post House. There's a 5th team.
JDE?
It is not JDE. It is not Red Lion. It's not Drop Stoppers.
Definitely not Love Garden.
Not Love Garden. It is not D-Holes.
Sure Factory.
It is not Fish House.
Fish House.
As far as I can remember, Fish House forfeited against KTC.
Rats?
D-Holes?
Rats?
No, you're all wrong.
Is it the Honey Badgers?
And props, it was our friend Seth Sanchez's Free State.
Free State.
Wow.
The only team to score more than 4 runs against KTC in the past 2 seasons, other than the 2 and 3 season this year's tournament.
Was that the week that they were all out of town because of kickball happening somewhere else?
Maybe.
No,
Is that a swipe at Muddy Waters
I'm just
2 years
asking.
ago? Was that a
Free
swipe at
State
Muddy
still won
Waters?
the game, so I doubt it. I don't know.
You mean,
All right.
You mean KTC?
Hey,
Still won.
yes, KTC was. Yeah, KTC still won the game. Yeah. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting.
No, that is. Yeah.
Yep. Next, so we had KTC over Drop Stoppers 10-0. I missed everything here. Anybody got anything?
I did hear. So I was at LBC with Alex right before this, and he was saying that. Oh, actually, no. Never mind. This is a different game I'm thinking of. This is a game he refed.
Different game.
Maurice is trying to get me
I think
drunk.
Drop
I love
Stoppers
it.
got 5 hit, so that's not very many.
What you got, Aaron?
Michelle has really cute puppies that she's fostering like all the time, and this week they're especially cute.
Puppies.
She plays for Drop Stoppers.
Everybody loves cute puppies.
Biggest takeaway from that game: puppies.
I'm gonna better a puppy on our game against Drop Stoppers this week.
You should not bet puppies.
All right. You should not bet puppies. Grant, you know me. I lost a ship in a bottle to your mom already this year.
I have 2. Yeah.
All right. Next up, we had expected victory. JDE over Red Lion 12-1.
This is a rematch,
This was
which
a surprise to me.
Red Lion won.
Shocked.
Not this time.
Yep.
Rematch.
Damn, what the hell happened?
So I got a couple comments about this game. So we beat JDE by 1 run earlier in the season, a lower scoring game. I think it was 5-4.
Something like that.
And our defenses were both on point that game. Our offenses not as much.
4-3 in week 9.
Same field actually.
4-3.
YSC 2 both times.
Wow. Was it that really weak, like the really windy weekend?
No,
okay.
No. That was
wasn't
that was against Honey Badgers. Yeah. It was kind of a nil weekend both times against JDE. So the big difference in this game was in that last game, both teams were able to hit their gaps a couple times through the lineup. Here, line was not. JDE was. By late in the game, it was clear that we just did not have the people to beat them. And so I'm pretty sure, like, our last time up, Jared and Chris both did beer in hand when they were kicking.
Oh, boy.
Jared did beer in hand, bunted, and got on base, which was great.
Maybe you should have played beard in hand the whole game.
Maybe so. I just more.
That's old school KBK. They used to do that a lot.
Defined by alcohol.
That's old school KBK.
Also, I just wanted a quick special mention. So, like the past 4 weeks, the only times we've had rallies, the ladies started them. And we did great. We've won the couple games that we won at rank play because the ladies started rallies. In this game, the ladies started another rally, and the dudes just let them down. And
Way to go,
that's
dudes.
part of the reason we lost. But JDE played pretty much perfect defense in this game, kicked the gas when they needed to, and I feel like that's the reason why the spread was as big as it was. But they were destined to win this game. They came out with a purpose and just played better.
I've seen them a couple times this year. I mean, they when they're, and same with you guys. When you guys are on, when it clicks, both of you guys' teams are, when it clicks, it's dangerous. And I think JD's had that this week. They clicked before you guys did.
Yeah, we have similar teams, and JDE had an opportunity to shit the bed here, like they have sometimes in the past, and nothing. Just they were solid. They had one minor error that was like it.
I gotta say, JD's ladies are pretty kick-ass.
Oh yeah,
they're athletic. They're an athletic bunch.
Yeah.
Here's
What you
Sean
got,
from
Sean?
Louise's.
Yeah, I was umping first base in this game, and I was shocked to see this spread because I felt it was way closer than that the entire time. Like, it just felt like it was not a double-digit spread. It seemed like a way closer game than it actually was.
Yeah. Shout out to Sean for calling outs at first base as often as possible because he kept on moving it along. There was a little hullabaloo with the refs in this one, but it was like equal on both sides. It didn't affect the game at all.
Yeah, there's that foul call or whatever, and
Yeah.
clearly.
By that time, the foul lines were completely obliterated, so it's like I don't know how you can argue
I
that
was
shit.
literally lining up between the middle of the bag, between the foul. I was like looking between my legs, looking at the foul pole, and lining up with the point of the plate. And I was telling the home plate umpire, make sure it's clean so I can see where the fucking plate is.
Right. For a game between teams that can be super contentious, there was not a whole lot of bickering in this game. It was relatively calm. So.
Good to hear. And going back to the lady thing, like I think your team is only as good as your ladies, and if you pick up ladies just to put them out there to fill the quota, you're not going to win games.
No.
So
No,
good on those Red Lion ladies.
We don't win unless we support our ladies. Basically, the way it works. The dudes are the only one that fucks up. The ladies bring it every week. Next up, we had Johnny's on the spot against Free State, 9-3.
Can I just say real quick before we get too far ahead, shout out to the Squids following along at home. They bring up a really important stat about the 4-run thing. Love Garden was beating KTC 6-4 at Holcomb in 2019. It got rained down. We had to restart 0-0. So rigged.
Hey, Jake, man, you commute. You come on the podcast. Longtime listener, longtime contributor. You get in whatever you want. All right. Don't listen to the crowd. Okay. How far Jake commutes?
It's about a 4
and a half hour,
20
no, 4
minutes
hours,
drive
yeah.
from Jake's
Yeah,
house, probably.
further than any of you. How's that? Yeah. If there's anybody
If I
in
had to
this
guess.
room that drives more than 3 hours to play kickball, raise your hand.
Oh, shut up, Austin. No, you don't.
Austin? What are you living in southeast Oklahoma? Or?
You live in Chicago and you come here every week? I didn't think so.
You lost that bet.
I'm sorry.
Here he comes.
Look at
Austin
you
to defend
started.
his honor.
Don't try to steal this from Jake.
Austin's
I'm going to
on.
come up here and stay up here because you guys are about to talk to my game.
right,
I actually
I
drove
regret
8
mine.
hours
I
to
regret
beat
it.
the Harpies when I was working in Chicago this past summer.
Too bad because your mustache isn't as good as mine.
Thank you, Luke from
Mustache shots
Harpies.
fired.
Thank you, Luke.
All right, we can skip this. You guys can whip your dicks out later.
His dick is also better than mine.
What do you got on this game, buddy?
Free State?
Yeah.
So we, like Free State and Johnny's, created the Blue Collar Showdown because we played in Game of the Week in 2019.
And that was a close one. This one, not so much.
Free State makes Blue Collar Lager, which is sold at every Johnny's, and there's like 16 locations now. If you have a chance to go to Johnny's, go ahead and go there and get Blue Collar
This is
Lager.
the Ladybird podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Austin, you're not a paying sponsor yet.
No, so we were playing for the Blue Collar Trophy, which they took when we had the 2-1 game in Game of the Week. And I will say, when Johnny's and Free State plays, it's pretty chippy. There's a lot of like back and forth. There's a lot of mouthiness that goes on. This game took that to another level. There were some calls that Free State was like super unhappy about, and it kind of like just snowballed into like a lot of bad stuff, which I'm not going to get into. But the game got a little out of control. Free State's really good. I think we've taken the next step.
I'll love to Seth Sanchez, but Free State getting chippy in a game, least surprising thing that happened this week.
Never surprising. Love them.
Yeah, I love Seth too. They definitely took it. They were borderline out of control. I will say.
It looks like on the score sheet here in the third inning is where Johnny's just. If you take away the third inning, you guys, it's a 4-3 game. Mm-hmm. You scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah,
Five
just like
in the third,
and then
yeah.
they just couldn't bounce back after that.
Yeah, it was a good game though. As soon as I saw that we had him in the second round, I arguably think that was the toughest second round draw. If you look at the power rankings that
I
we put
agree.
out at the beginning of the
we were
week,
talking
they
about
were
it last
eighth,
week.
We were fifth.
Yep.
And it was a 13-4, and going into that game, we all knew that we had to take it super seriously.
Yeah.
But we also finally had our full squad. Okay, yeah. So, Free State took us 9-3 with our best squad that we've had all year, so they played really well too.
Yeah.
Okay, if you look at RPI, you're right there, Austin, because you guys are number 5 RPI. Free State's 8. And this is a second-round game in the Cup?
Yeah.
Holy
Great
shit.
game.
Woof. Nice.
So congratulations to Johnny's for slaying
we got the
that
blue
dragon.
color trophy. If you guys go to Johnny's and grab a beer, you'll see it behind the bar.
Hey.
Johnny's North, the OG.
Grab a slice of pizza. I don't feel like
grab-
that's a competing endorsement because I don't think that Lady Bird has pizza.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
All
I
right.
wanted
No, they
to. I
don't.
did want to pipe up. The best thing that they have at Harpies is like the hangover thing, where it's like chili
Oh,
and
that would
hash
be Lady
brown.
Bird, not Harpies.
The slinger.
The
oh
slinger.
my
Oh, yeah.
god.
Yeah, CJ
If
talked
you're
about
ever-
that before he moved.
If you're ever super hungover and
Chili.
you need something to save your life, go to
Eggs.
Harpies and grab the slinger. It will literally
Lady
save
Bird.
you. Lady, what did I just say?
Jesus.
Harpies.
Get out, Austin. Get out. You're done. Thank you, Austin, but get out.
That's okay.
Go to Harpies, who sponsors.
Go,
Have
Lady
another
Bird.
drink, asshole.
Go away, Austin. Love you, but go away. My gosh.
Also, Austin's wrong. It's still the mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah, shout out to Austin for going 4 for 4 for Free State. Good player, really.
Oh
Good
my
player.
God.
Better kicking than talking. That's right. So.
Enjoy it.
Shout out to Austin for having his
That's-
face
that's-
for radio.
that's overused.
That's great. All right, he might have a face for radio, but he's got a cock for soft porn. There you go. Next. Next up, our sponsor, Lady Bird Harpies. Woo! 12-4 over the D-holes. Yeah, Stacy. Yeah, try to follow that up. Stacy and Grant, you guys
You
were in
should have made that into a soft porn joke.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know why.
Sorry.
This is long.
My
and coming.
brain's flooded with laughter. I can't. Yeah. Well, it's in the notes too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give us
Go
a holler,
ahead,
Hammer. What
Alex,
you got
go
for
ahead.
this one?
What? No, you guys get to talk first. You won.
You start.
Winners have honors, which means they can defer to you.
No, Mom starts. You go, then I'll go.
You go first.
Somebody go. Jesus.
I say Alex.
If this standoff lasts more than 2 seconds, I'm moving on to the next game.
Well, fair.
Go, Alex.
This was the score does not indicate the tenacity of this game and how close this game actually was. We had base runners. We couldn't get them in. We had, I don't know, you got the score sheets up there, but I think it was just one bad inning that we lit up like 5 or 6 runs.
That's what I read, yeah. Grant's the only one with the score sheets. Maybe
Yeah,
that
well,
was
all
a
the
bad
score
idea.
sheets are very out of order, so I've not been looking at them.
No,
'cause
well,
it
fair.
takes me like 10 minutes to look at
Yeah,
them.
I feel like it was like the 6th inning that we lit like 5 or 6 runs up on a couple of errors. And I'd say errors in the loosest sense of the term, that it was a good play to make. It just was probably the worst play to make against a team with aggressive base runners. And that's nothing to say anything about how we played the rest of the game.
There's not a single inning where we didn't score more than 3. And actually, there was multiple innings where we did score 3. There's literally innings, Lucas, where. Okay, there.
When we scored.
No.
When
Luke,
we scored.
In the third we scored 3. In the fourth we scored 3. In the sixth we scored 3.
I think it was I guess it was the 6th week.
The fifth we scored none, buddy. Yeah, I said that.
All right,
doesn't
anyway.
matter. Anyway,
Yeah.
no. Playing D holes was what I wanted to play because, we have never beaten the D holes. I don't believe, right?
No,
Alex?
ever,
Not,
no.
Never?
not until Sunday.
Yeah. And so, I love Alex. He's one of my favorite people ever. But
Which makes it that much more
this is
savory
definitely a
to
team
beat
where I
them.
wanted to
Exactly.
play, and I think if some other little errors that we made could have been a little closer, but it was a lot of fun, and also just the positivity from D holes just makes me feel even better because they just they're great people, and they've been playing this league for so long, and they're so technically this. I go to Alex for advice. I go to Brian for advice on things, and I'm just excited that Deals is in my corner, and we're gonna I've got these guys to rely on for anything I need. And
There's
they're
a
awesome.
lot of love going back and forth here. Also, Grant, just so you know, if they knew what the fuck they were talking about, they'd be sitting up here. So you can ignore them.
That's also accurate.
Yeah. You got anything else, Alex?
So we did play this game without Ariel and without Dave. So those are 2 linchpin defensive and offensive players on our team. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't have made I don't think it would have made a difference in the end, but it would have made probably the score a little bit closer.
Well, and we were missing Brittany and Aaron has been so clutch for us on offense this year.
I think if Aaron showed up, you lose, though, because he's not got a good track history against me.
Oh, I don't know about
Ooh, Aaron is in
has
the audience.
been killing
Aaron.
it this
All right,
year.
I just want to give a special thanks to Lady Bird for beating D-Holes and making sure that the top half of the twain is D-Holes, Free State, Red Lion, X Team. This is the way it should be.
Yeah, that's going to be a ridiculous.
And I do have to point out, like, that, okay, oh, never mind. I won't point that out yet. I'll talk about that later. Next round. Sorry.
I do have a couple shout-outs on this. I talked about Ari in the first round in the first round matchup.
Ari kicks ass.
Yeah,
She was killing it.
She's been playing first base for us more in the second half of the season again. And she basically played on an island where she got almost all of her own. Almost all of her own like even the overthrows that happened that we didn't have a lot of backup. We didn't have a lot of backup in right field. She got to it before Bickle did.
Oh yeah.
And then Mike Hathaway. Before the game, I told him, I was like, just assume everything's a bunt with this team. I was like, just run in. If they burn you down the third base line, who fucking cares? Just assume it's a bunt. We're both going to crash, and we both exhausted the shit out of ourselves. And he was a fucking rock star at third base. He did fantastic.
Michael is a beast, and he also knows a fuck ton about wine.
He does know a fuck ton about wine. So, and to St. Luke and everybody else, yes, I did burn Josh with a fucking home run.
Oh, my God. It was, yes. Totally burned him. Kyle, do you have something to say? Kyle wants to say
I'll make
something.
it quick. Hey, this is Kyle, a.k.a. Rapido. But, yeah, Josh did get burned in that last inning, but we did have some solid play. And I came up here just to give a shout-out to our newest players, who I think are doing a hell of a job this season. We got Kat, Becca, Hallie,
Owen,
Britt, Owen,
Will.
Little Loffer, Little Davis. They're all coming in this season and doing a hell of a job and really coming together as a team with all the success. So we're just having a really fun time, and I'm excited to see what comes with next week. And D-Holes, we're a hell of a team to play with, too. You guys are a lot of fun. So.
Thank you, Kyle. I will say one more shout out before Loffer was on first base 2 times in a row. Mom came out. She got an RKI twice with Loffer on first base.
Yeah. He's fast.
He is.
He's very fast. But we threw to third base instead of home both times. So we tried to get him at third.
Also, both times I said stop at 3. He did not listen.
He did not listen.
He's another Grant.
Yeah. So fun thing about when with Lawfer at catcher. Every time I went up, I said, "Hey, you want to race?" and he thought I was lying every time. So then when I bunted on him, he just stood there and he's like, "What happened?" So yeah, that was a lot of fun playing against him. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then my home run, Bickle got out right before me, and I went up there and I literally said, well, "What the fuck do I do now? I'm better as bait." I just usually kick people in, and then
if Josh didn't kick that ball, you probably would have been at 3.
Yeah, I would have got 3. No home.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only part of that game that I remember is fucking up on kicking and Josh kicking the ball into right field from left field, or from right field to left field.
He did.
To allow Alex to score.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Thank you, Lou.
Let's move on. We're sitting here a long time.
Yeah, just a quick note on this game. Kyle, a.k.a. Wrap It Up, great name. Rapido?
Rapido. Fast.
Oh, okay. Oh, that spoils the joke, too, man.
Wrap it
I was
up.
going to say Kyle Rapido. Still a great name for great point name for a mummy. All right, next up we had, God, I'm lost. It's we're down to the bottom half of the bracket.
Waters.
It was Muddy Butts over the Porn Spatulas, 13-1.
I got nothing.
I don't got nothing.
Okay, we can move on.
Dan
because
V
the last
went
game.
like 3 for 4, 4 for 5 in the 2 spot for XXX. That's sick. Good job.
That's
Dan V.
fucking awesome.
Way to go.
Yeah, and the least surprising development of the week. Money moves on but doesn't shut somebody out. Derek?
I rep this game. Triple X's third baseman, Sam tweaked his back in the game before, so he was playing a little under the weather. You know, typical, you're supposed to bend at the knees. He kept
Under the weather. How you under the weather?
Well, I mean,
too young
he
to
played.
sick.
Shut up. He played hurt,
Thank you.
and then he pulled himself, or Tom pulled him. I think the 5th or 6th inning. So then they had to rearrange their defense just a little bit, and that's where Muddy kind of really stepped it away from him. They were holding their own pretty well for the first handful of innings.
I love you, and I respect porn spatulas, but this seems like unnecessary commentary insofar as they weren't winning this game anyway.
You guys literally talked for 20 minutes about some nonsense
I
about
know.
kicking balls.
I didn't.
At least
This was relevant to the game.
Yeah.
Anyways, Triple X had a good time, and then at the end, they definitely were like, fuck it, we're down, and then everyone just kept trying to swing for home runs just to close the game out.
Yeah, I love Sam, but what the fuck is going on, man? He's like 10 years old. How was he injuring his back?
I know he hurt himself a few years ago, and I think it's kind of a lingering injury. Yeah, reacted from that.
Okay.
Lower back
Yeah.
injury.
Sam, I feel for you. I've been dealing with that since I was your age.
Go in there.
Just so you know, Sam, it never goes away.
Go ahead.
I can't hear you. You're all
No,
talking.
no,
at
go
once.
ahead, Aaron. I'll say something real quick.
If anyone was going to beat Muddy, this would have been the week to do it. They played with exactly 10 people. They weren't there. Some of their starters, Jimmy's hurt. A lot of their players were gone.
Yeah.
And to say that how well they did this week without their majority lineup kind of just speaks for how well they're going to continue to do.
Yeah, we'll beat them next week.
Yeah, you heard it from Aaron. Muddy takes the championship.
Yep. Real quick, what's with these Sams getting hurt? Dylan and freaking Carmen? Stop getting hurt, Sams. Stop getting hurt.
Yep. Next up, we had Redlegs squeaks it out in extra innings over Honey Badgers, 15-14.
I just want to talk about the game itself, not about refereeing, but who wants to talk about it? Go ahead.
Well, real quick, Troy Pomeroy sent me a quick message. He called them the Red Cross Legs, which, credit to Troy, I can't believe we didn't come up with that when they were injured before. Red Cross Legs would not have won without Jordan. She deserves a ton of props.
She does.
I think she scored 3 runs. That's awesome.
What's that?
She scored three of their runs.
Yeah. Holler out to Jordan. She's great.
She's amazing. Yeah.
Aaron?
This game was horrible.
That's a good recap. Let's move on.
Redlegs had the lead 10-2 going into the 2nd or 3rd inning, I believe. And
Third inning.
Badgers came back and had the lead 14-10 in the 8th inning. In the 8th inning, Redlegs scored 3, and there was a controversial play, and the Badgers could not get over that one call in that one play. In the 9th inning, the Redlegs tied it up. 14-14, went into extra innings. They played at least 2 more innings, and I'm confident that the Badgers lost this game because they couldn't get over one call that happened 4 innings earlier. This game was a shit show.
Well, I thought there was other plays that came as well, but Kevin, you go next, and I'll make my comments. Go ahead.
Kevin, if I can interject really quick. And thank you, Aaron. And I'm thankful that we had Kevin and Aaron and Jana, former board members and longtime players on the field, and Cougar, frankly.
No, I was not. I was just watching.
Samesies, whatever. So I just want to make one quick point. Like, I had a long diatribe, but we're kind of running long in the podcast anyway. So I just want to say, like, so anytime you're a dick on the field and you apologize afterwards, that means you understand the fact that somebody else is going to have a problem with you being a dick on the field. That also means that you understand that whoever has a problem with you being a dick on the field is going to complain to somebody. That somebody is the board. And I am fucking bored of this shit. So stop being a jag on the field, because I'm tired of dealing with your shit. If I ref a game and somebody does anything even remotely borderline, I am just going to fucking toss them. The team, the player, the fans, I'm sick of it.
It's like, this is your warning right now.
You've
already
had multiple warnings already.
No more warnings.
Yeah.
You're just getting kicked out.
It's over. If I'm reffing or watching a game and somebody acts out, you're gone. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm bored of it. And I've got a long leash, man. I like doing puzzles and playing board games and shit like that. And I'm bored of this. Just be a decent human being. Understand the fact that not everybody is okay with being a dick because competition. And play right. All right? It's just, I'm getting sick of it. I don't want to have to split this league up into Division A doesn't give a shit what somebody acts like, and Division B does, because we're about there. So let's just all be decent human beings, realize that this is not the end-all, be-all, and treat each other respectfully. Because if you don't, I'm tossing you. I don't care.
Absolutely.
And we have Kevin. Hi,
Kevin from Posh Wash. Go ahead.
So it was an intense game, and I knew that going in. I wanted to ref. Aaron and Sean did the first game that we had to ref, and I wanted to do my part. I knew it would be rough. I don't know what a rough game was like for this day, but Honey Badgers and Redlegs said, "Hold my beer." they came in hard. The real issue wasn't really the players. We had some fan issues. I tried to handle it the best I could. I've never had to tell a fan to shut up and sit down, and I did that in this game. But man, I tried to not swing too heavy of a stick and let the game get back to the game. With two really high tier teams, there's gonna be a lot of close plays. And as a ref, I know my history in this league is a bottom tier team. I was lucky to play with Posh this season, but I've refed enough, and I don't drink when I ref. I don't smoke when I ref. I don't look at my fucking phone, and I'm engaged. I run to second. So I'm thankful for Clint and for Sean for being there, but I apologize that I came down tonight if they wanted to talk to me about my performance. I want to be accountable, but shit happens. I'm glad it was me rather than somebody who was a little more, I don't know, mess him up a little bit more. Well, go ahead.
I've seen Kevin ref. I've had him as a ref. I know you're trying your absolute best, and the other refs you just mentioned too. I did hear that this game got pretty heated, but it just sounds like this has happened a lot this week, and this is not anything to do with KBKL, but in fucking City League, somebody in the stands had to get escorted out of the stands, and it's just crazy to me that we're at a kickball game and people in the stands are causing so much problems.
Yeah, we've banned fans before.
Yeah,
there's precedent for this.
And again, that's that's the captain's responsibility. They need to keep their fans under control.
Yeah.
Keep your shit under control, people.
Amen. So to try to keep this tight, maybe we shouldn't litigate what happened on the close plays or anything like that, or who said what to who and when or anything like that. Suffice it to say, sometimes you're going to disagree with the call. Sometimes refs get shit wrong. But if you're going to be a jag on the field, then you're probably just generally a jag.
Yeah.
I understand the competition thing. I'm there with you, but I also know personally players that were jags for a long time. Then they matured, got people in their ear, and they have turned over leaves, and their teams have been much better for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I can think of a few people in particular, and one season to the next season, they turned over a leaf, and their teams excelled because of it.
Yeah.
And so I guess my message here is I'm fucking bored of it, and you're benefiting your team if you get over it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, totally. Yep. And Kevin, I would have you ref my game any day.
Yeah.
I was going to make a comment on a game itself, not about reffing, but if you want to talk about it or not, I don't know.
Kevin, when we get done here, I want to lick your nipples.
No, please. No, and after it was over, it was intense, and we had to play another game. But I can't remember who it was I said it to, but I was like, I'd do it again. I feel like I did the best I could. So
well, good on you, Kevin.
Yeah, way to go, Kevin.
Reese is shaking her head at me like, no, you're not.
All right, real quick. I feel we're talking about the reffing about this, not about the actual game itself. I actually have comments about the game instead of the reffing. So I don't care. Shut up. Anyways, so 10-2, but you talk about Aaron about him to lead Redlegs. A good part of that was I think the reason why Honey Badgers lost was fundamental errors. They had a big second inning because a lot of fundamental errors that allowed extra outs to go for Redlegs on a 10-2 lead. And then the extra innings, there was a play by Aaron Brooks, the catcher for Honey Badgers. Easy play going to first base on a easy grounder, and he flubbed it going into foul territory. And so those type of errors cost the Honey Badgers fan. And there's one member of Honey Badgers, I will not mention his name, he told me, calls went against us, but if we made these plays on the field, we wouldn't allow this to be a ref game, period. Exactly what one member of Honey Badgers said. Don't make it a ref's game. That's what one member of Honey Badgers said. Yeah, it never is, but he said it was a straight point.
Right.
He actually said that. So I'm just talking about the game itself, not talking about refs. That's what I want to say.
Yeah. Complaining about
Rob? There you go. Thank you. That's what one of the members of Honey Badger said. I won't mention his name, but he said that.
The biggest disappointment here is that we're talking about all this shit instead of what was probably a fucking fantastic game.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
So,
And like
yeah.
the good Honey Badgers credit, they were down 10-2 after they flubbed it in the second inning, and they made the comeback. Great on them, making it a 14-10 lead, like you mentioned there, Aaron.
It's sad that
So, yeah.
we have to have a pull away from the actual game to talk about.
I want to
the
talk
ref-
about
I
it,
mean,
but
the-
I got
the,
pulled
the
away.
behavior. Like,
You know, if
this
refs
could
are
have been a
making
really
bad
great
calls,
game to talk about.
play
but we're all
better.
talking about behavior.
I agree.
That's
You
the
know-
only thing. The only thing I know about this game is the heated moments, and that's all I know. I don't know about the actual play game, which really sucks because
Right.
this looks like a really fun game to watch.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna take the dick tact here and be like, you know what? I love throwing people out of games. Fucking tempt me. Do it. Come at me, man.
I've already
tempt
done
you
it.
later,
Yeah.
Ben. I'll tempt
I've
you
already
later.
done it.
If you're even close to borderline, I'm just
Yep.
gonna fucking toss you now. I don't
I've
give a
already done
shit.
it.
I'm just bored of it.
All
All
right.
right, moving on.
Yes.
Post House shuts out Bunt and Grind 20-0.
We're still talking about games.
Yes. No.
I mean, I kind of was expecting Button Grind to maybe put up a couple runs on Post House. But also, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anything on this game except for I
Well,
thought Button Grind was going to probably
I
pull out
will
a
say,
little
I
bit
know
more.
they were still bunting in the ninth, so good on good on Bunt and Grind for holding him at 20 when they were still bunting
Yeah.
in the ninth.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I like honestly, Bun Grind like is up and coming. I like you had said this in previous like the next Harpies kind of thing. Kind of like I play with Olivia on like a traveling team, and like and she's bringing her friends, and like they're turning into a team that's going to be real strong real soon.
They have overperformed. This is just kind of like the classic. They got an upset in the first
Yeah.
round, happy to be there, and
Yeah.
so get shut out in
I
the
think they're
second
going to
round.
do fucking fantastic.
Yeah. On the flip side, Post House, I mean, 20-1, 20-0. That's a pretty good showing in the first couple of rounds.
for sure,
I don't,
for sure.
I don't care
Yep.
who you're playing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we know why they're bunting in the ninth inning. That's because like they're trying to be dicks about it. They're trying to be prepared for the next round.
Yeah.
That's the reason why. Because
They are.
nothing against bunting the ground. They're,
I
they're
know.
trying
I
to
know.
get
Jake's
prepared.
happy to hear that they were trying to practice. For
They're
the next
scared.
game.
They're nervous.
All right.
Jake's
Next up, we had Love Garden over Lawrence Shirt Factory in a hot one.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean
rematch, and they did much better, 13-12 here.
walk-off.
And it was a
well,
walk-off. Yeah.
that's because I was here this week, so apparently we're like 17 runs worse when I'm there.
Based on the results when you guys play and you're here and not, I think that's probably a little too modest, buddy.
You know, so we had a couple people missing, really key players. Spencer and Sam both weren't able to play in this game. So that's our
who
number
pitched
2
for you?
and 4 kicker. So I pitched the entire game.
Okay.
So that was my first time doing that, which was a lot of fun. And you know, I have a lot more respect for like how much goes into that position. Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you're just looking at the score, you might not know that this was like a really crazy comeback by Love Garden. Actually, we were down 8-1 after 2 innings. They got up on us early, and it took us a while to get going. It was 10-2 Shirt Factory after 5. It was the bottom of the 5th. We finally started our kind of comeback. We got 4 runs there. I think we made it like something like 10-6, and at that point we thought, okay, now we're gonna win. But then they had their really excellent suite of ladies up at the next inning, and they all got on. They ended up scoring 3 again to bring the lead back to 12-6. And from that point on, the tide kind of turned. We were able to come back, and the last time the top of our lineup came up, score 3 to tie the game, and then hold the top of their lineup and ultimately execute just a really nice run in the bottom of the 9th for the win. So it was an awesome game. The last thing I'll say is I talked to Chris Ford a few weeks ago, and he was saying talking about the first Love Garden Shirt Factory matchup. And he was saying, you know, I think it'll be a good game, but I don't know that we can really hang with y'all for 9 innings. That ended up being right, but man, they really kicked our ass for the first 7.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the score sheet, and I mean, it looks like a pretty damn close game for most of it. But also, there's no runs or anything written down, so I can't actually see the actual score. I don't know what actually is going on, but like based off like runs in the innings, like it looks pretty close. I came over it like you guys were at like 12-8 or something like that in the 6th or 7th. And I was like, oh, damn. But, like, at that point, you guys were on, like, on it. And also Shirt Factory, I could just hear them getting mad and angry. And I was like, I'm Love Garden's coming out of this because they just started talking. I feel like once Shirt Factory started talking to themselves and getting angry, it's kind of just going downhill at that point.
Which is weird because, Grant, Old Shirt Factory, remember, they have the ability of when they get mad on themselves, they get better. They pull a John McEnroe. The more you get pissed off, the better they get. Unfortunately, the leadership has changed where you get mad at yourself, you like the rest of the league, you get worse.
Thanks,
So different dynamic than the Old Shirt Factory, which very unique skill about getting better when you get more pissed off.
Thanks, Kevin.
So,
Hey, I'm sorry, guys. I just because I went to the bathroom and I'm not sure what you're talking about, I'm gonna have to leave room for Jesus here and be the balloon between you because we're probably gonna run out of battery here if we don't move on.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Here's Rob Z real quick.
What do you got, Rob?
Oh, real quick, Rob Z here. So Squids had a good game. Cougar, correct me if I'm wrong. This
Yes,
might
sir.
be the first time in the history of KVKL with the old school rivalry between Happy Shirt, Lawrence Shirt Factory, and Love Garden that we've beaten them twice in 2 weeks, much less twice in one season.
I'll have to look and see the history about that.
I think
I'll have to go look and see. It's possible, but
The
I'll go
answer
look
is
and see.
yes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, I'll keep it real short here, but we have a couple mantras that we've been playing on this year. You know, stay loosey-goosey, because when you play loose, you adapt to the situation. Seriously. Shake off the bad, envelop the good. Control the flow, you know. Everybody's positive. Get up early, get up often. Keep the line moving. Trust your teammates. Bring you in. Support each other. There's not a dead spot in our lineup this year, so watch out, Post House. What up?
Let's go.
Those mantras are so much different than a few years ago when it was like the cutthroat. We're cutting the fat. I love the positive mantras this time.
Yeah.
Positive.
We're bringing it on the positive, baby, and that's the flow.
Yeah, there's so much more we can say about this game, but it was just great. And credit to Shirt Factory. Awesome players, awesome to play against. Love you guys.
Let's go. Let's keep it going.
Thanks, Grant.
Yeah.
Grant with a good segue. Aaron, do you want to update us on who's winning the tourney bracket predictions?
Yeah. So,
it me?
first, thank you so much for all the participation. We have raised over $125 with our charity, so that means the overall winner gets a quarter of the whole pot, so a little over $30, which is a lot to get some brunch at Lady Bird, who's our sponsor tonight.
That's enough to buy you and your loved one a brunch.
It is, you and your loved one. Definitely enough to get some $250 almost anything at the Jazz House and the podcast next year. But yeah, so current top three is Grant, Stacy, and Jessica. So
Shocking. Stacy's is in the top three. Shocking.
Hey, just to let you know, I'm over my mom right now. Like, I'm
Are you
winning.
above me?
Yes.
Yeah,
you
so
guys are actually tied.
Don't tell her that, Aaron.
Wait, did they fill out the exact same bracket?
No, they didn't. Also, spoiler alert, Kristen CS is number 4.
Nice.
The girl who can, we all love her, but everything is sports ball is number 4 in the bracketology of KBKL.
Great.
Nice.
I'm going to kick my mom's ass, but yeah, let's go.
I'm going to be really interested to read this and see which one of you had Harpies winning it all and not. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So, Grant, you're going to be faced with the choice of whether you want to win the cup or win the bracket.
I don't give a
hell,
shit
the
about
cup.
the bracket. We're going to win the whole thing. It's what I'm going for, how I play it.
All right, quick discussion question, because I think we're running out of time. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Is this the closest to chalk the cup has ever been?
Yep.
I think the answer is yes.
Duh. Yes.
Cougar, you're the expert. We had one upset, and it was the 9/8, and it was a game that everybody predicted
Right.
would happen. Yeah.
I think there's 1 year where there were actually like no upsets in the first round or second round. It was like 3-4 years ago. There was like no upsets, 0, no upsets.
Really?
Yep.
Well, so, this one is, for our division, Johnny's, Harpies, and D-Holes, this would have been the first time we ever made it to the semis, right? So, it's got to be, right? This is
Yeah, but by seed, we have
seeding.
we have the 1 through 9, and only the 8 is out.
Yeah, I guess that's true. All right, yeah.
There are some upsets in the plate side, which I think that's why it's the more
the
interesting
plate
side
Okay.
for this round anyway. All right. So yeah, let's do predictions. All right?
Let's do
Unless
it.
anybody has anything they want to say.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
All right, let's do it. Let's start with Boot.
Oh,
Boo.
yeah.
So Boot, game 1, 8 p.m. YSC 3, Hookah House and Empire. I called this in the pick'ems, and so I think I have to stick with it. I've got Empire finally fucking winning
You
a
had
game.
Empire. You had Empire. You did.
To be fair, inside info, Hazem told me that Hookah House is probably going to be short again this game. They might only have 8 or 9 players.
I was going to say I have Empire because of that fact of just like reffing their game. If they have 8 players again, like I mean, it's hard to beat anybody. With
And
just 8
Empire's
players.
been really close. They've had like a
Yeah.
few one-run games, and I really want them to fucking get one.
I think if Hookah showed up with the whole team, then Hookah could win that. But if
Well,
they
if
show
Hookah
up,
showed up with the whole team, they would have won last week. So
potentially,
It's true. That's true.
you never know. But you showing up with 8, I have. I'm going Empire.
I'll take Hookah no matter how many people they got. Hazem, Dennis, Drunk Defenders, get it done.
I do love me some Hazem, and they've been a great sponsor this year too. So
Yes.
Cougar.
Shout out to Hookah.
As someone who's basically been in the 6th seed since the Nixon administration, we've seen all these teams here. Even with a team like Hookah House there, I still got to go Hookah House. I love Empire and all that, but they've only been 2 games where their loss has been in single digits. That's it. So I just
But both of those were by 1, weren't they?
No, one was by 3. It was Empire. They lost to Rockets 18-15 in week 8. Week 8. So a single-digit loss margin. So I still got Hookah House, even if they come up with 8.
What do you got, Stacey?
I've got Hookah. Even with the inside information, I'm going to go ahead and stick with them.
I feel like I'm going to be a game up on you guys here by taking Empire.
Hey, I picked Empire.
All right,
Benjamin.
Next up, we have Rockets at Mahomes in a matchup that nobody expected because we had a lot of people picking Rockets and a lot of people picking Mahomes in the pick'em.
I don't think this is in my actual bracket that I filled out. I can't remember.
Who wants to fill it out?
I think this lost me some points.
I'll go first. I'm gonna go. Honestly, I'm gonna go Mahomes. I'm gonna go with Mahomes. I think Mahomes minus Cougar is gonna come out ready to go, and
I hope so.
Is just gonna kick some ass. Jeff was a previous teammate in the Kansas City team, and I think.
Wait, which Jeff?
What?
Which Jeff?
Auburn
or Moore?
Moore.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, you guys can do it if Cougar doesn't yell at him too much.
Yeah.
I'll take Rockets.
Good. Motivation.
Good.
I'm taking Mahomes because I had them like winning bigger games and bigger things and.
Yeah. See, so Jake, you haven't had the luxury of seeing as many games this year as you usually would have. Rockets are fucking awesome to play against and to ref, and they're all fucking sweethearts, but they're just overmatched here.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's all Mahomes.
I just like the positivity over the negativity.
Yeah. I don't. I think Rockets lose this game and are just as happy as they would be if they won it.
Yeah. Agreed.
Mahomes by, I guess, 1. So.
Yeah. All right.
We'll
So
see how it
Cougar
goes.
thinks it's going to be within 10 runs.
I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
So next we go to the plate, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. First plate game. It is Woost at 23rd Street. Or no, it's the other way around. It's 23rd Street at Woost. Sorry, I'm gonna have to read the seeds here.
I've got the Woos beating 23rd Street. I just think I don't know. I'm going with Woos. That's what I'm going. I'm going 7-3 on the Woos.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go Woos too. Dan, Jolly, Jackie, good people, good players.
Cougar?
First, by the way, Chelsea just said, I'm going to wax Jolly's ass, quote unquote. So, if that's the case, who am I to argue with Chelsea? Chelsea to wax Jolly's ass. There you go. No, I'm kidding. It's Woos. It's Woos. Sorry, Chelsea.
So I heard Woost is going to be missing some players, but still, with that, the plate has been sitting pretty in Lady Bird Diner, and I think it would look really nice in the Woost Diner.
You want to bequeath it from one brunch place
Yes,
to another?
exactly. So I'm picking Woost.
All right. I guess I have to pick 23rd
Yes, you
Street
have
since
to.
nobody else
Yeah.
is. I mean, that worked for me last week every time I did
has it been working for you?
What's that?
Has it been working for you to pick?
Yeah, every time I picked against the crowd, it worked for me.
No, it doesn't. You picked Honey Badgers to beat Muddy Waters.
I also. What?
You did.
No, I picked
Yes, you
Red
did.
Legs over Honey Badgers
No,
because
I'm talking,
everybody else
I'm
picked
talking about in the divisional play. You actually picked Honey Badgers to beat Muddy Waters in divisional play. Check the tape. It was weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, that's the distant past, man. What
Oh,
the fuck
my
are we
word.
talking about here? I'm talking about last week. Quit living in the past. This is the tournament. Anything can happen. All right, if the four of you pick one team, I'm picking the other.
All right, so he picks
23rd. Go fuck yourselves. 23rd Street has a good defense. 23rd Street plays up to competition. Woos plays down to competition. If this game is close, I think 23rd Street is going to put them away.
By the way, real quick, if I may ask, y'all talk about food from other places like Free State and Art Bar and Ladybird. How good's the food at 23rd Street? We never talk about their food.
I live right across the street from them, and I'm hoping by picking them I'll get a discount.
Oh gosh.
I mean, their food is pretty decent, and they have a really great happy hour. Just saying,
Do they?
really
Okay.
great happy hour.
Okay. Okay.
Dollar beers. I mean,
Our bar Brutang.
yeah.
Plus I got a board member here versus a non-board member. Board all the way.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Together.
Next up, R Bar and Brutang. So
Brutang.
Yeah, R Bar. Actually, I think this might be the game of the week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Am
would
wrong?
say this is one of the
game
one
of the
I
week
wanna
on this
watch.
side of the bracket for sure.
Yeah.
This
Right?
is what I want to watch.
Yeah, I said Brutang by 2.
I'm really conflicted because Brutang's got a Division 3 thing, but I think like Eddie and R Bar just has such a good vibe. They take a team photo every single week. I think that kind of energy carries them through this game.
I love both these teams, and like I have Brutang going. I have them 11-8. That's the score I thought, and it's gonna be close. It's gonna be a great game. I just think Brutang has a few more years in like a kickball mentality. Even though it's been City League, they've been playing together for so long. They play everything together. Just like I think, and also they're a smaller team. Arbar has a lot of players. Brutang does not have as many. I just think.
Plus, it's the earlier game, so it's
And
not
again,
one you have to get up for.
Our bar, I know, will be missing a couple players too.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that, but I
I'm
just
really
think
because Rick is reffing this game, so I'm wondering where he went to, so I could get his opinion.
that's my 2 cents.
I think I'm with you. Like I've been riding R Bar a lot, but I think I'm on Brutang now. The win last week was really impressive.
Yeah.
And I guess
Watching them play.
Yeah. Plus, I gotta have like a big upset here. 28-20 would be another. Like they would expand on their 7-seed matchup upset from last week and make it an 8.
Yeah.
I'm sitting by bracket in the Cougar Out There podcast. I have Art Bar winning the whole thing for the plates. Gotta ride that train. Go to Art Bar.
Nice.
All right.
I have that in the podcast.
Like it. Yeah. That's not the wrong choice.
Yep.
Yeah. Love me some R Bar. All right. Next up, we got Corksuckers and Late Fees, 630 YSC 3. So the question is this where it ends for Late Fees? And,
Yes. Almost assuredly, yes.
Yeah.
it will,
But
it will.
I love the late fees, so
Because the talk was that they were overseeded where they are as it is, even though they dropped more than any other team, and then they beat the Jerks in the 69. So,
I mean, when you end the plate there, I mean, the seating is like gone. It's gone. It's like a clusterfuck. But when you go in the plate, it's like the seating is like negligent. It's like doesn't exist.
kind of feels like this was a game Corksuckers was built to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Fees beating the Jerks was my biggest surprise. So seeing them, where they're at right now, yeah, Corksuckers are definitely going to take that.
Okay. So, built bulletin board material Late Fees.
Yeah, I like it.
Prove us wrong.
Yeah, we
I think it'd be
know
a good game.
late fees
I think
take
it's
those
gonna be a
bulletin
good
tour
game.
material very seriously.
Really?
So.
You think it's going to be a good game?
I think it's gonna be closer than you think. I think
Dude,
it's
Late Fees played Woost really close.
yeah. I know.
And
I mean,
Corksuckers and Fees, again, it's another couple teams that play up and down to the competition.
I feel like late fees are like really unpredictable too. Like on the base pass, Dylan Guthrie is like really freaking fast.
But if you look at the score totals for Corksuckers, they've only lost by 10 in rank play like once. Others have been close. by 2, by 3, by 1, by 1, by quarter.
I bet this game is
in
just
ranked
within
play
three. Within three.
Yeah, wait, play. They lost them all, so
I think it'll be close.
I still get
I
cork
think
suckers. That's
cork
tougher.
suckers are going to come out and like almost do like a
I think it'll be
hate fuck.
tougher. I
I
think they're
bet
tougher.
Corks are winning, but I think it's gonna be within 3.
I
I
think the
don't think
difference
it'll be
here
within
is that
three, no.
Corksuckers is more willing to chase the balls in the outfield.
Yeah.
More glitter for late fees, though.
Don't kick it to Clint.
Yeah, don't kick it to Clint.
Next up, Jazz House, 926.5 Massachusetts. Our sponsors got me drunk tonight. Thank you very much. Against Asteroid Head, so it's a 14 versus a 22. Conventional wisdom would say that Jazz House wins, but I'm not sure how many of these kids are off to college already.
I actually pretty sure. I can't remember exactly the bracket I filled out, but in this bracket that I filled out today, going into talking on the podcast, I have Asteroid Head over Jazz House. Well, I'm definitely banking on Asteroid Head showing up with the best Asteroid Head, because they can show up and be completely non-existent. But if they come out with their squad that I believe that they can, then I think they beat the young Jazz House, who just thinks they can do whatever they want and get on base anytime.
Yeah. Stacy?
Yeah,
No. Actually, I have much
I
less for
struggle
Rick. I'm not
sometimes
talking shit
picking
on Rick
Asteroid
at all.
Head because I pick them and
Who
then they
doesn't?
let me down.
It's hard to rein in
Right?
young players. It's hard
and
to
I
rein
like in my
young
brackets,
players.
I have absolutely no idea. I didn't even look at my bracket after this week. Like after Sunday. But God damn it, Asteroid Head, I'm gonna pick you, and I hope you pull it out.
Asteroid Head is a bracket buster.
I know.
That's
God
the
damn
problem.
They've always been a backup
Yeah.
buster.
What do you got, Rick? Give us
What
a
is it,
prediction
Rick?
for this game.
I was Jazz House Asteroid Head.
Yeah.
Jazz House 16-2.
Rick, I mean,
I
goddamn, that was
always pick my
confident.
team,
Now
but that's
that
some.
I'm like backstory here over here.
I'd say he was crazy if he wasn't so handsome.
I can't believe. I'm surprised people are picking Asteroid Head. I think Jazz House comfortably as well.
Well, it's just the unpredictability factor with
I
Asteroid
mean,
Head.
the way Asteroid
I
Head
like
has
an
played this
upset.
year, and like when I've played against Asteroid Head, I mean, like just when they all show up, their offense is crazy.
Yeah.
When they show up and actually want
like,
to
when
play
they play,
kickball
like,
together,
God
they
damn.
like can kill it.
I mean, when we played them last, I think it was like 23-22, and they just granted it was a windy ass fucking day, but 23-22, and they fucking.
Okay, I
It-
get
that's-
I
why
can't even
you're
tell you
picking
how many
them
runs
now
they had
because
over
of
the
that
fence.
traumatic
Yes.
experience.
Yeah, this is a win
we
game.
still
They're
won.
on.
We
They're on.
still won, granted.
They're on YSC 6 here, which means short left field. If
Yeah.
wind is
Yeah.
blowing out,
Potential, that's
Pat
potential.
on that team, right? Isn't it Pat?
Pat
yeah,
Watkins.
he is a
Yeah.
Thrasher,
Beast.
yeah, Pat Watkins.
yeah, I'm going with Jazz House here. Conventional wisdom.
Jazz
mean,
House,
I
yeah,
get
me
it.
too.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be 16-2.
Don't think it's that
Definitely
good.
not.
Yeah, Asteroid Head makes great teams butts pucker. That should be they should put that on a T-shirt. We make great teams butts pucker.
The thing is I don't think the Jazz House team, like
Definitely.
the actual players, are gonna have their cheeks puckered because they just think they're can do whatever. Like
That's a good point too. They're not going to be worried because they
they're
don't
not.
know.
I,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
but also that's could be the downfall too.
Right.
Yeah, it's true.
Jazz House, you make my head hurt. Just win, will you? God damn it. Seriously, you guys make my head hurt.
Play your people in the right positions.
All right.
Seriously.
Should we go to the Twain then?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go to
let's
Twain.
go
Let's
to
go
Twain.
Twain. Let's go
All right.
Twain. Yeah.
All right.
No,
Twain.
Twain, and then you can talk about it.
Twain quarters. 17 seed drop stoppers against 8 seed Red Lion. I
Red
feel like
Lion.
I got enough to beat this team.
No.
better
Red
have enough
Lion.
to fucking
Austin
Red
says
Lion.
drop
Lion.
stoppers.
It's Red
And the
Lion.
peace sign.
No.
By 2, I think that was a
Lion
by
threw
2.
the other game so they could win the Twain.
Anybody else got drop stoppers?
Just
here?
kidding. I'm just kidding.
No,
Ben.
Lion.
Yeah.
All right. If Bryson was playing in this game, I think it's a different story. Next up, we got 13 seed Free State against 12 seed D-Holes. Will Free State slay that D-Holes demon?
Never
Alex
beaten
Hammond, what do you say?
D-Holes. Never beaten.
No.
Alex quietly
Hammond,
shakes his head. Yeah,
a.k.a. the Free
us a
State
word,
Killer.
buddy. Alex,
And
you-
here comes the Free State Killer.
Alex stuck out the entire
Alex.
podcast, and he's just
Tell us why Free State
Just
will
so I
never
can
beat
taunt
you all. Tell us
Seth
why.
Sanchez again.
Yep.
No, it'll be a good game.
Yep.
Last time that we played, it was a one-run game, and
wow.
we it was like we didn't have lights out at YSC, whatever the fuck, and it just ended up being a one-run game. So they got real close last time. I don't know whether they're going to have Mook or not,
No,
and he's been.
I doubt
sure
it.
He's been
injured.
done all season.
Yeah, he came in and played on Sunday.
He
Played.
get hurt again?
He kicked one time, ran to first, and he was out.
They also had another injury right before the Johnny Free State game.
Yeah, he was out at first, but he was took him out.
warming up
He's
in
done.
the not even they hadn't even played yet. It was warming up, and one of their players pulled his groin.
Yeah.
Didn't even play in the Johnny's Free State game.
Their
Their first game
defense
was
is still going to be very, very good. Which yeah, their defense is still going to be very, very good, and it's going to be a good close game, or should be a good close game. I just think that we have more offense available to us than what they have available to them.
Yeah.
This is already kind of the season of slaying demons, and I was trying to think, like, you should have a trophy with Free State, and I was trying to think of a good example of, you know, a team that can never beat the other team, or a person that can never beat the other person, and I just came up blank. Because I think maybe the best example is Free State and D-Holes.
Yeah, it's ever since I've been on the team. I don't know about anything prior to coming onto the team. I've heard that Free State has never beaten us before, but I don't know how far back that actually goes.
Far enough. So I guess just don't get caught up in that.
Yeah.
But is this the year? Is this year where the teams that have never beaten you beat you?
Well, I mean, could be.
It could be.
But this is why we play the
I
game.
think this is going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a good game.
This is why we play the game. I mean,
I do too, but I think D-Holes wins. You got a final score prediction, Alex?
Oh, I'll say like 8-6.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's good. I like that.
Free
Grant?
State Oh, sorry.
No, I was saying.
Okay, Free State kind of strikes me as when I think about the Twain, I feel like a team that you don't expect sneaks up and wins it every year because different teams have different motivations. But I don't think D-Holes kind of falls into that trap. They've been having a hard time this season. I know they want to win this game bad. I just don't think Free State has enough offense. Like, I think if D-Holes gets 6 runs, they're going to win this game.
It's just a familiarity problem, and they're basically the same kind of teams.
Yep.
It's like when you see teams rise up and beat another one, it's because there's a lot of change there, and this is not that game.
Yeah.
So. Anybody taking a flyer on Seth Sanchez here?
I have Free State.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly my other bracket, but tonight I picked Free State. Now
Playing both sides.
Yeah, maybe. But
Stacey, who do you got in this one?
I have the D-Holes.
Oh, this might be the one that decides it.
I mean, like this is
in my
like,
bracket, though, I have no
granted,
idea what
it's
I
gonna
have.
be it's gonna be a close game.
'Cause I don't think
it's gonna be a close game.
No, yeah.
I don't know why I just was feeling Free State, and I love the D-Holes, but it's gonna be a close game. If I had to pick anything, it'd be Free State by 1, by 1.
I think it'll be about 5.
Yeah,
I think
Cougar and
they'll,
I are both
have
looking at
them
each
by
other,
5.
shaking our heads, and
No
I
one
think we
agrees
both
with me.
think
That's fine. That's
I
fine.
think Free State has done well this year, but
Yep.
I think we're both thinking maybe 5 runs.
Yeah.
5 runs,
That's what
yeah.
I'm
Listen to me,
thinking,
man.
The-
Don't make me look bad.
Sorry, the Czar gets slayed by Craig Sager.
Sorry for giving them bulletin board
That
material.
will be the most
Alex.
exciting loss that I take. I'm not going to be sad about that loss.
Righto. All right. Next up, we have also that's a YSC4 in case anybody was curious. Short left field. Next up, we have Porn Spatulas against the Honey Badgers.
A really pissed off Honey Badger. Ooh,
Don't fuck with the Honey
God.
Badger.
Angry Badger.
Caution, I got people to cover in my game so I can rep this game, and I'm going to be fucking tossing people if it gets out of hand. Assuming Honey Badgers is allowed to play in the first place.
Oh, dear.
What time is this game? 6:30? Oh,
6:30
I can watch this
YSC
game. I can
1.
watch this game.
Yep.
Oh, dear.
Yeah,
Oh.
so it's me reffing plus KTC and JDE, and I'm pretty sure none of the 3 of us will allow anything to happen outside of Lou, who is just too nice to do anything to anybody.
So minus last week's game shenanigans and everything, if we're just looking at the actual teams, I do have Honey winning this game, but Honey I believe they're missing their center fielder. I think he's in Spain.
They have a couple players in Spain.
I don't know if if they're going to be gone next week. But
guessing yes.
I went to high school with this kid, and he is a freaking athlete. Their center fielder, and I think that was a big hit
Loss for them,
last
yeah.
week. I don't know if that if he's actually going to be gone, but
I think he is.
I still do have Honey, but EXO love him, and I think it could be a close game.
I think a lot of this depends on how Sam is feeling. If
if
his back is fucked up, I think this is a walkout.
I've played Sam so many times in so many leagues, and Sam is a beast. And if he's 100%, I would have EXO. But I heard he was hurt, and that does not give me confidence
I'll take a flyer on XXO. I just think this is the game where, like you say, Honey Badgers is mad. I think like they were playing for the cup this year. Like they're a really good team. I just don't think they'll have the motivation, especially coming off like all the negativity and bad vibes from their last game. I think like XXX wants this a lot more. And I feel like there's upsets like this in the Twain every year. This is the one I've got pegged.
God, you just don't like bad vibe teams, there, Jake.
Well,
Jesus.
it's not a good.
Well, I disagree with them about that.
What do you got, Cougar?
Honey Badgers are going to win comfortably. XXOXO, they're a nice team, but the athleticism between XXOXO and Honey Badgers, pretty despicable, the gap there. And yeah, Honey Badgers can get onto themselves, pissed off, and get in their ways. But I think they're going to win pretty comfortably. I think they Honey Badgers by 6.
Stacy, what do you got?
I have Honey Badgers.
Yeah. I'm going to go kind of a little bit the opposite way. I'm going to say Honey Badgers is going to win, and it's because they're going to behave themselves and realize that they
Ben Hudnick's in the corner.
That they can be a cohesive, great team if they don't let the refs and shit get in their way.
They're young. They have a lot of year 1, year 2 players, guys. So they got to give them time.
I would not at all be surprised if they realize that by not worrying about the extraneous shit, that they're much better than they would be otherwise.
I totally agree with that.
Maybe that's overly optimistic.
Very optimistic.
Whatever.
I don't know.
I know they can. They can do it.
Yeah, they can do
They
it.
I've seen it with other teams before. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, and they've behaved for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right. Next up, we have Lawrence Shirt Factory and Button Grind, the 11 versus the 19, 6:30 at YC5.
Shirt Factory.
Shirt Factory.
This is an easy one. Hey, look, Olivia's really, really good. That's the one, no longer a best kept secret. But you have Lawrence Shirt Factory, good core ladies. Really good core ladies. Button Grind's nice team, not great season. No, I just don't see it. Not in the Twain, no.
This is the upset I'm like really hoping for. But I do have Factory winning. I think it's gonna be a good game. But Button Grind's just not there yet. I think they can be.
They'll get there. They'll get there.
Especially with the Shirt Factory after Love Garden's game last week, I think they're gonna be heated and ready to fucking like just really just put it on somebody. And it's sad that it's Button Grind, but it's gotta be wrong.
Save the Honey Badgers.
Shirt Factory might not be the same team that they've been in years before, but they're still a team that like doesn't make mistakes. You really have to like rise above to beat them, and I just don't know that Button Grind is there quite yet.
They're not. They're gonna put up some runs, but they're not gonna.
Yeah. The fact that Shirt Factory came within a run of Love Garden tells me all I need to know about this one. This is the personification of Cougar's question earlier. So Button Grind basically gave it all up to lose in the second round and in the Twain.
Yeah.
But it's
and
nothing.
Good on them.
They should be proud of this.
Yeah,
and
sure.
one or two more players they get in this game next year, they might win it.
Yeah.
I think they're.
I mean, hopefully they get rewarded in like seeding next year too, right?
Yeah.
So,
I think they're just a little bit outside.
They did go 4-1 in 4, so
I totally agree. I would love to see Button Grind take this, but again, I just don't see that they're
really
there
tough.
yet.
I mean, I think anybody in Button Grind's division going up against Factory, I
Would
think
get killed.
Button Grind would be the only one
The
that I
one
would
that
even
could
put
pos-
close to maybe beating them.
I'll put it another way. If Button Grind wins this game, it's the upset of the year.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, definitely,
Absolutely.
yeah.
All right. So I think we're on to the cup. Am I wrong?
No, the semifinals.
Semifinals of the cup.
No, the Twain. Semifinals of Twain.
Wait, no.
Are we
It was on
not
the
doing this
15th.
one?
No,
then?
we're
I thought we did the
Oh
Twain.
shit, we do have to do that, don't we?
We didn't do the Twain?
we didn't do that on the boot either.
Yeah, because we got two games in the same.
Yeah, we did. We did the boot.
What? We did the boot.
We just did the boot there, Jake.
But we didn't do this one yet.
Yeah, but I forgot we got 2 rounds this week.
There's 2 rounds this time. We already did the boot.
Oh, I didn't know we were gonna go further.
No, it's just only the 15th. Only 15th. No, we're good.
All right, quick picks, I guess.
All right, let's go.
Where
All right,
we at?
let's start with the semifinals of the plate then.
Yes.
All right.
Great.
Okay.
So I think I've got 23rd Street and Brutang. I'm gonna take Brutang. I love it. I just want to see that 28 seed go
Are we
all the way.
here? We're here.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I'm in the right spot.
All right, Stacy.
I have Woost and Corksuckers, and again, that plate's going to sit pretty in the Woost, just like it was in the Ladybird.
Hey, Mom, we're in the
there's no point.
semis.
What
We're in the
are you
semis.
Oh,
talking
you're
ahead.
you're
I just
a round
asked
ahead.
you.
No.
God damn you.
Yeah, no, I
thought,
said
like,
you're
too
picking.
far.
I
You
just
went too
said
far.
what we hear,
You're picking this game.
picking that game.
That
All right.
winner. and that-
Again, now you know where I'm
mom.
going, but so obviously Roost. I'm going to take Roost over Brutang.
All right.
I'm gonna go with the R bar over Woos because I have R bar. I'm riding that train, going to win the plates. So,
All right. Jake?
Woost over R-Bar.
I have Woost over Brutang.
All right. Next up, we have the winner of the Corksuckers late fees against the winner of the Jazz and Asteroid Head. I'm pretty sure I had Jazz and Corksuckers. Eesh. I think I'm going Corksuckers here. Experience.
Wow. Okay.
I have Cork and Asteroid Head, and I'm going Cork.
God damn it, at Jazz House. If you don't win here, hell will come against you damn kids. Rick, you're fine. You kids, I might put you all in timeout. Or worse.
So you're taking Jazz House? I got Cork in Jazz House. Kind of a coin flip
Caning.
game for me.
Caning.
I'm going to go Jazz House.
Yeah, I got Cork Asteroid Head, and I got Cork.
Nobody picking Asteroid Heads. Shameful.
Sorry.
They're too up and down. Can you really rely on them?
That's where I abandoned
Can you really
Asteroid
rely on
Head.
them?
It's
Yeah,
like,
Right.
jumping ship.
I've played against both of them and over past years, but I mean, Cork's the one who beat me, and Asteroid Head is the one who lost to me, so I'm going to Cork.
Yeah, Cork is tough.
For either
All right, let's do the semis of the Twain before we move on to the Cup. So I had Red Lion against D-Holes, and fuck them D-Holes. Alex, we coming for you. Red Lion moving on to the final. Stacy?
Wait, where are we?
Where are we at?
Now we're going over here.
I'm lost. Oh, I have.
Oh.
Is this where I'm at?
Lion!
Yes, I have Lion.
Cougar?
Jesus, this is like a killing field for the Cougar After Dark podcast. First, it's Alex versus Seth here, Free State D-Holes. Now it's going to be
That's why
you
that portion of the
versus-
bracket is so great. It's
Oh
it's
my
Lion,
gosh.
Free State D-Holes. We have so much
I
commonality.
feel awful.
in
I
these
feel like
games. Great.
I feel like a father's just choosing me their sons. Like here's Alex and here's Ben here.
I just can't wait to happy high five Alex walking onto the field to play D-Holes. Whether win or lose, I just love to see Alex out there on the team I'm playing.
Jeez, like
And that'll be a fun game.
I feel bad. It's just the Cougar After Dark podcast. God, Lions, sure, fine. Ugh.
Jake, what you got?
I got D-Holes versus Lion, and I'm gonna say this is D-Holes finally fights all season. They finally get a signature, real quality win here. And
I
goes
like
on.
it. Grant?
I have Lion Free State. And this
Alex,
is the point.
Alex just made the fuck you gesture,
I
Grant.
know.
Yes,
I
he
love you, Alex.
did. Yes, he did.
No, I'm going Lion over Free State, but by not a lot. Not a lot on that one.
By one swift punch to the face.
Yeah, or one
Shoulder
catcher
shipper?
taken out and you send him to the hospital.
Yeah, by one shoulder check.
Yep.
All right. Just in case if Free State's listening to this and they just happen to beat D-Holes in that 1 in 6, 1 in 7 chance, we have one player that's bigger than all of you. So
There you
just
go.
so you know. Yeah.
Is it Troy?
All right, so let's move to the bottom half. I think I had Honey Badgers against Lawrence Shirt Factory. Honey
Same.
Badgers embarrassed Shirt Factory last time around. They beat them by 10 plus. I have to take them again. Stacy had Honey Badgers and Shirt Factory, and Shirt Factory getting their revenge over the Honey
Really?
Badgers. Yep. Cougar, who you got?
Honey Badgers.
Oh wow!
Oh, that hurt him really bad. I'm pretty sure Cougar's nut shrank four
See
sizes
the
that
pain
day.
on his face now.
How's it
I can
possible
feel
my
it
nuts
radiating
shrank 4
off him.
times? They're pretty small as is. Ugh.
Don't worry, I'll pick Shirt Factory for you. I've got them over XXX.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So I'm like really torn, because as you said, Honey beat Free State previously, but if Honey doesn't,
22-9.
no, this year.
No, it's a Honey Badger beat Shirt Factory 22-9.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you said 20. Oh no.
No.
Sorry, my bad. But if Honey Badgers doesn't have their main center fielder and some other people
No,
that are key
we're
in
not gonna do
Spain,
this one.
it
So
really
we're gonna move to the cup now.
it's really making me question my pick. But I am going Honey. I am going Honey over this game.
Yeah. What does that have to do with anything?
All right.
happening now?
Okay, can we move to the cup stuff now?
Yeah, let's go cup.
All right, so I'm going to do this in a way that could hopefully get us through it the quickest. I'm going to pick game 1, game 2, and then the winner of that game. So I'm going to do the quarters and the semis in the same bracket.
Same
All right.
quadrant. Yeah.
So first up, we have KTC JDE. Grant?
KTC.
I think this is a tough matchup for KTC. I think JDE's got like a 20% chance. I think they have like a 1 in 5 shot at winning this game. So I'm going to pick them just because I think everyone else is going to pick KTC. I think they're really good. Keith is one of the best players in this league, even though Love Garden people hate me for saying that because he abandoned us. JD's got the defense. KTC doesn't necessarily score a lot of runs. I can see them winning in like a 5-4 type of game.
I was talking to Alex on KTC right before this at LBC about their game, and he's just like he plays on a softball team with JDE. He plays with these guys all the time. He's like, this is the game where this could be the game. He's giving them that kind of opportunity where they could beat him, but I still am going KTC. Just with how, unless it happens where maybe 2 of their guys get hurt, then they're screwed. But, yeah.
This is new because we talk about the JDE. Those core ladies are good and athletic.
Oh, my God.
But
Their
this
ladies
is,
are great.
But this is different. In the quarterfinals, spotlight's on them. You take on KTC and their core ladies. Not only are they good, but experienced. You talk about, Janae and Angela up the middle, it's just shortstop, second base. No, it's KTC.
Yeah.
No.
JDE had some big losses this year, and I just can't see them overpowering KTC at this point. So KTC.
I'm totally on board with what Jake said and what Grant said. I feel like this is the game that KTC will get up for because they know that this is a dangerous game, and if JDE plays the best that they can play, then I feel like it will be close, but KTC still wins.
As Alex said, JDE plays to the level of the teams they play. Most of the time, and that's what that's his words. He's like, if they show up and
here's the problem.
It kind of stands true almost.
KTC plays a team the level that they can play at once a year, maybe.
Yeah.
And otherwise, they play a few good innings and then coast.
Yeah.
And that's what I saw this past weekend was they were concentrated and were really trying.
They're ready to go.
Then they got up and realized that it was not going to be a contest, and they just kind of relaxed.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to do the same thing against JDE. I am exactly on this with you, but I'm exactly on it with Jake. I feel like 1 out of 5 times maybe JDE wins this game. I feel like KTC is on a mission, and they're going to be focused, and they're going to take it. I think it'll be close-ish.
I don't think they're going to get blown out.
10-5.
Yeah,
that sounds
I would go with that.
Yep.
Also, JDE plays better in the second game than the first.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Johnny's Harpies.
Rematch.
Ladybird.
Closest matchup of the week by seeds. 4-5 game.
Rematch.
It's crazy that one of these teams will have the first ever appearance in the
Yes.
semifinals. This
One
is
of
insane.
us is going.
All right,
Insane,
so I think
insane.
the revenge games were 50% last week, just like they've traditionally been.
No, I have the stats here. As far as those who won the first game against those who lost the first game, those who won the first game are actually 7-5.
Pretty close.
Pretty close.
All right.
But those who won the first game is
So
Okay.
you're
Yeah.
saying there's
historically,
a
it's a. Oh my goodness, Maurice's bringing me shots and drinks, and oh
Does
my
not
God,
apply,
I'm already
Luke.
wasted. So historically, it's been a 50-50. The fact that it's 7-5 to me means that the back end is going to make up for it.
Damn
This is the game I'm
right,
making up
damn
for
right.
it. I am picking Harpies to come back and take the Johnny's game this time.
Stacey, you're last. What's
Sorry.
next?
Austin, I love you, buddy.
Oh, no, great.
Feel like
last
you're
two.
losing this
Jake,
one.
you go next.
I'll go now. All right. I actually got to watch a lot of the Harpies versus Johnny's game the first time around, and I just, frankly, I'll be honest, I wasn't impressed by either team. I don't think either team played very well in that game. Tons of people just popping up over and over.
You're right. No, totally agree.
It's the truth. I mean, it was just not, so it's like I feel like that game doesn't tell us very much. I think, based on what I've seen, I got to give it to Harpies. I think Harpies maybe win 2-3 runs.
So it's my turn.
Go with your Cougar heart, buddy.
Johnny's.
I knew it.
Yep.
Flat. Classic
That would be me.
Classic Cougar.
That's Johnny's.
Cougar also has never.
No
made
such
us
thing that
win
Cougar occurs,
ever,
Mr.
so-
Wagner. It does not exist.
Actually,
Stop
I
it.
love that Cougar did not pick my team because he never picked. Well, he used
That's
to
not
never.
true. I never
okay,
picked
not
him.
anymore, but
Not
he
anymore.
never. He used to never pick our team, and we would always turn it around. And so that's what I needed.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you're picking your team.
Yeah, I have us winning the whole shit. So yes, I'm picking the Harpies.
Grant, what do you
The
got?
secret's out. Jesus, Kamish.
Well, I'll,
What are you
I'll tell
worried
right
about?
now,
What a shot
my first
fired.
comment
What
was
are you
going to
worried
be
about this, Grant?
Sunday night at the Lion. Austin Wagner comes up to me. He goes, me and Josh and Becca. He goes, so how do you guys beat Johnny's? And well, I was like, okay, well, Harpies just play our game.
Yep.
Because honestly, so Johnny's was the first loss we had all season with 5 new players. That was the first taste of losing.
Loss, yeah.
And I think that helped tremendously with my team. I think that
They listened.
they have improved so much from then and now. I know we played fucking KTC and Muddy after that. We beat Redlegs, but yes, we lost to KTC and Muddy. But even then, just the amount of improvement from every individual player is extraordinary. And I was how the bracket turned out, being maybe 3rd, maybe 5th, maybe 4th, how we were kind of going about that. I am just really happy that I get to see Johnny's again. And no matter the outcome, I am excited to play Johnny's. I love all my Johnny's players. You know, they're all here. You know, you got
It's gonna be
Austin,
a fun
Michael, Carey.
matchup.
They're fucking awesome. I hope Michael and Carey are 100% because I don't want any excuse at all when we win. But I am going Harpies. It's going to be a good game, and that is going to be one game that I think people are going to want to watch. That is going to be a killer game, and I just look forward to playing that game.
Yeah. So
And
there's a positive and a negative here. There
yeah.
are a ton of great fucking games at
I
5
know,
o'clock
God damn it.
this week. It's a little front loaded, but I just wanted to say real quick. I know I already made a prediction, but couple points. So I was on the field next to Harpies and Johnny's the last time they played, and I was really impressed with Johnny's victory, and I was also really impressed with Grant's leadership. And I think it goes both ways.
Shut
like
up, Luke.
Grant kept on getting the team together and building them up.
Oh yeah.
And Max came over, and I was like, "You guys are still in this shit." And they came back from 4-0 down,
Yeah.
and tied it up before Johnny's took the lead again.
Yep.
And they so it was just like a battle both ways. But Johnny's took all that Grant magnetism and still won the game, which I think is a credit to Johnny's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I will say we're a comeback team. We're not
Yeah.
one of those teams that fall apart when we start. Like if
100%.
calls don't go our way, if we start getting down, we don't fall apart. We just come together and
But
we can turn it around.
To what Grant said, I kind of feel like this might be the game of the tournament.
Oh hell yeah, this is.
Yeah.
Also because neither
Austin-
Johnny's
Austin-
or Harpies has ever
Yeah.
been.
Oh,
where
Yeah, remember,
we're
none
at
of us
right
have
now.
ever been there.
Here's my fellow Giants fan, Carrie.
Sorry, this is one.
This is Carrie, by the way.
novice.
I just
Hi,
said
I'm Carrie. Novice kickball player to another.
What, did you just tell yourself a novice kickball player?
Well, we already know you're a liar.
myself a
Oh
novice
my
kickball
gosh.
player. You guys are talking
This is,
about
by the way,
like
this is the number,
teams
the
in
fastest
2012.
girl in the whole league. 3 years ago, 4 years
I
ago.
can't
when we did
remember
the
what
compound.
happened last week.
Fastest
Carrie.
girl in the fucking league.
I was just gonna say, like, one of the things I've learned most from playing in this league, especially, is this game is a long game.
Yes.
It takes a certain amount of stamina from each and every individual player to see that we were on defense just now, and this team scored 4 runs. Can we come back? Can we meet their 3 or 4 runs with 2 or 3? Can we stop them? Can we come back from that? And I just think that is a whole different that defines a team in this playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's
You're
all
totally-
I'm gonna say right now.
And we
I
both,
agree.
and you know what?
totally agree.
You're right. And we both teams, like, you can look at our last game. It was like that. I mean, like, you guys went up on us early. we came back and we held our own for a little bit, and then we got into extras, and then they got 2 runs in on that last.
Give us your prediction, Austin.
What is it, Austin?
I just want to say that I scored the winning 2 runs on a bomb.
Oh, whatever. Go sit
in that
down,
game.
Austin.
In extra innings, after I drove from Chicago.
Was it a photo finish at home plate with your mustache crossing the line first?
It was. It was definitely the
By a
mustache.
whisker.
All right, so we're
My prediction, obviously, I'm super excited about this game. Harpies, if you root against them, you're wrong. They're one of the most lovable teams in the entire league. They're cool, they're fun, they're sweet. They represent everything good that's about kickball. And a lot of people think that we're the opposite of that.
No.
But we're trying to.
No, not your team, just
Only
you.
one
Just
week.
Austin.
Only 1 week.
Just Austin. But no, I'm
my
super
God.
excited about it. I think it's going to be very similar to the first game. I think we're both going to play a lot better than we did because to
yeah.
Jake's point, neither of us played to our potential. But I think we're both going to be up for this game. And if anybody thinks there's a better game to watch at 5 o'clock, I would completely
Yeah, I was
disagree.
going to say, that's
They're
where you
wrong.
need to be at 5
Watch
o'clock.
this game.
Yeah, what I heard from Austin was he predicts the exact same result.
This is what I heard from Austin. Womp, 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 womp.
Also, this is the only game of the week where I hope it goes 18 innings and fucks up the rest of the games on that field. All right, next up, we have the winner of KTC JDE and the winner of Johnny's Harpies.
So I messed mine up already because I picked JDE. So I have JDE versus Harpies here, and I'm going to take Harpies in that one to reach the final.
Hey, man, whatever it takes to get Lady Bird to the finals. Yeah. Cougar, what you got?
This is Chalk City. KTC over Johnny. It's chalk.
Okay.
Sorry, Johnny. This is chalk. Yeah, and tradition wins there. It's tradition win, Lucas.
Regardless,
Tradition wins.
Johnny's or Harpies, we made it to the fucking semis.
I'm not tradition, Lucas. KTC is.
Regardless of the team, it's going to be a good game.
No, actually, I've been conserving my batteries. So I think we're okay. All right, so sorry. So I think there's one game this weekend that KTC has to worry about, and it's not this one. No, assuming they beat JDE, I think they beat either Johnny's or Harpies. I had Harpies, but I think it's just a matchup type thing, and I think KTC wins.
Yep.
Yeah, so I have Harpies and KTC playing, and the last time we faced KTC, we were missing Grant, myself, Max, and somebody else.
2 others.
Yeah, so we're going to take this. I got Harpies winning.
Before you go, I just want to say, like, it's not like the KTC hasn't been a great long-time contributor or anything like that, but I can't imagine anything better than better for the league than Harpies or Johnny's making the finals.
No, I know.
I know.
Right?
I'm with you there. I'm with you, man. I guess I'm gonna go right after Mom here. Obviously, I have Harpies in going. Playing against KTC,
It's been so long.
That is the most exciting game. I want to play KTC because I missed the game this year. I haven't played them in like 3 years. Last time we played them was.
I don't
like
even remember.
We lost by 6.
Yeah.
And that was like 3 years ago. And granted, I'm really excited to play them. And if we get to play KTC, I think that there is a potential of us going all the way. Granted, just the skill level. I mean, not the skill level. The experience is lower. So
I feel like you guys match up better against Muddy. So if you beat KTC, sky's the limit, buddy.
Oh my gosh! If I beat KTC, I've already won.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't care about the Muddy. I just care about KTC. Is like in my mind, KTC is the number one.
Fuck them muddy butts.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking
I love me
about.
some muddy butts, but I want to play KTC.
Yeah.
We love
And
you, Cal.
Cougar looks really annoyed right now.
No, I'm not annoyed. No, I'm not annoyed. No, I'm not. Actually, I'm not. No.
Yeah.
No.
He's just disbelieving. But
So Cougar,
No, I'm
what
just
what are
waiting.
your thoughts on the?
Here's my thoughts about this. Like, of course, a game against Johnny's Tavern is like real quick. I think the big X factor between Stacy, and you know about this, Grant, and you know about this, Luke. The X factor is this: base running. You guys have a tendency to be a little too much cowboy up running on the base pass,
No.
and that gets you.
That's what
Burn
cost
you
us
guys
the game
in the
against
ass.
Johnny's. That's what cost us the game against Johnny's.
You guys get too wild running the base pad and gets you in trouble. Not only
think
this year,
we
in
learned,
years
though.
past. I don't know if you can harness that because that's burned you guys in the ass in the past. And whether the wrong opportune time, whether you'll get too aggressive in the base pass.
And I will
is good.
say, Jason, that I think this is what Grant was talking about when we lost that game. People have listened, and they've actually started listening more to our base coaches.
Right. This
A
is,
little
but
bit.
this is different. Whenever the pressure cooker's there, with it's Johnny's, or in this case it goes KTC, are you going to be disciplined and have the base running, or are you going to try to press it and say, you know what, I'm taking this extra base because Johnny's, because KTC, and potentially get yourselves burned.
All right. Well,
If you have discipline.
What do you got in the semis there, Cougar?
I already said KTC.
You got KTC.
I already said it because, yeah. So.
Okay. So
I have Johnny's KTC, yeah. Oh, yeah, but yeah.
where
so.
are we at next now?
Next one is.
Has everybody picked?
Yep.
Okay. Next up is Muddy Waters and Red Legs, 6:30 YSC 2.
I'll go first. Muddy.
Muddy. Too much injuries in Red Legs. Too many injuries.
Yeah. Well,
I would love for Red Legs to win this game, but I got Muddy.
Yeah, no.
For whatever reason, like when I look at this whole bracket, this is the game I'm like most confident about. I don't really know why. I just can't see Red Legs winning.
I would agree.
It's just carryover because everybody picked Red Legs to get beat before now.
Yeah.
Except for me.
Based on just
for
the
him, yeah.
injuries, I had Honey Badgers beating them. And
Should I take Red Legs again since everybody's picking
Do it,
the
man.
other
I
team?
mean,
it's your mantra.
We gave them the poster board material.
Is it possible that Muddy Waters will sleepwalk through this?
This is
six
definitely a game
no,
I
it's
would
not.
not feel
No,
bad
they're going to
losing
have
against
everybody
Virginia.
back.
they
They're
won't.
going to be
If
full
Honey
force.
Badgers won,
Yeah.
I mean, not sorry.
Red Legs
Red Legs
won.
won.
They-
I-
No, I'm talking
Yeah,
Muddy.
I know.
Muddy will be full force.
Yeah, I know. It's just, if you want to, go ahead, Ben. I don't care. But
We're not going to relitigate the close ref call, like we said. Yeah, I don't. I think it's a great showing by Red Legs, really, because everybody picked against them. But I just feel like Muddy Waters has too much.
Yeah.
Too
And
many
they'll probably have
injuries
Jimmy
versus
back
too many
too. They'll
returning
have Jimmy
players.
back next week too.
Right. All right. Next up, the game of the week on this side of the bracket.
Rematch.
Yep.
Yes.
Outside of the 4-5. So I think it's incredible that we have two real games of the week on each side of the bracket. This
By
is
the way,
number
they
two.
are different times. It's 5 p.m. and 6:30.
Yep.
So you can watch two
Amazing games.
Yeah.
That was weird. They just did that. They just did that.
The only
That's crazy.
The only downside
That's
about this
crazy.
entire
I know, Carrie, I know.
quarterfinal, semifinal matchup thing is that we couldn't figure out a way to squeeze R-Bar Brutang into YSC 1 through 4. Otherwise, you would have all of the best matchups going on at the same time at YSC 1 through 4. And I apologized for that.
God damn it, Ben.
But that aside, Post House Love Garden should be a fucking great game. This
Take your
is
last.
the game where, it's like the polar opposite of the game that you guys had against Lawrence Shirt Factory, where you beat the shit out of them, and then the most recent game, they really made you work for it. Now I kind of feel like Post House beat the shit out of Love Garden last time around. It was, 2.5 months ago, and now you're going to make them work for it. So we'll save you for last, Jake, if that's okay. Grant, what you got on this one?
Oh, Jesus. Don't start me off. Mom gets to go first. Ladies first.
I'll go first. Although I want Love Garden to win so bad. Like, so bad. No, I totally want Love Garden to win, but I just don't think they can pull it off. And I think Post House is going to win, although I really want Love Garden to do it. But I have money on this shit, so I'm going to go with Love Garden. Post House, because I want Love Garden to win. I want them to win, but I just don't think they can pull it off. And I have money on this, and so I have Post House because I just think they're gonna win.
What Stacy just said is what's going on in all of our minds right now.
Right? Fuck.
Stacy, I think someone should take your hard seltzer away right now.
Yeah.
So.
All right, what do you got, Cougar?
The rematch between Love Garden and Post House. I know Love Garden went to the semifinals 2 years ago. First time in a while. Impressive. And Post House, they're a season of vengeance, losing it in the twain to Red Legs. No, Post House. No.
Luke
What do you
says-
know, Lucas?
Luke says squids.
Lucas,
Grant, what do you got
know,
here?
Lucas?
All right. This is like one of the hardest games to pick for me. But beating Post House, I've got Love Garden beating Post House. Also it really depends on if
why I'm winning my
our
bracket.
very special guest here, Jake Friedman, shows up. which I believe he will if he's playing this game. I've got, I love a lot of people on both sides of this team, and it's really hard for me to pick.
It's not about who you love.
No,
It's a little bit about who you love.
It is. But also, I've seen both these people play, and watching. Honestly, I don't know. I'm going Love Garden.
We know you love people on both teams, so we know it's an unbiased opinion. Also, I'm pretty sure that Jake is just waiting for that bullet train between St. Louis and Kansas City to be developed.
I know. It's supposed to be 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
What's that thing called between the hype or something? The little tube? What's that thing called?
All right, so I had it on a good authority from Jake earlier in the season that if Love Garden kept on winning in the playoffs, he would keep on coming back for the games. Is that right, Jake?
Yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm just
Okay.
hanging out in Lawrence till we lose.
Right, yeah. And we love you and are happy to have you. So I picked Love Garden in the pick'em when we did the playoff bracket, and I said that if Post House beats Love Garden in this game, they'll win the whole thing, and I stand by that. But I feel like Love Garden wins this game for this reason. Originally, I picked them to beat Post House anyway. I feel like the worst thing that could have happened to Post House last week was that Bunt and Grind won their first round game and then got shut out against Post House. And I feel the best thing that could have happened to Love Garden is that they got tested in a close game against Lawrence Shirt Factory. I feel like one team is going to be ready to play. One team is going to need a few innings to ramp up, and that's going to be the difference in the game.
Ready. I think it's going to be a close-ass game. I want to watch this game.
So you don't think that at one point when over Lawrence Shirt Factory is a cause for pause, going against the team like Post House?
Well, I could talk about that because
I'll leave that to Jake.
I mean, so the Milwaukee Bucks won the NBA championship, and they were Kevin Durant's toe on the line from losing in the first round, and they go on to win it all.
That's not good. That's too many injuries.
That's a perfect
that's
analogy.
not a good injury. That's too many injuries with Kyrie and Harden. Not good analogy.
No,
hey, Cougar, I'm going to make your own point against you.
No,
you know why it's not surprising and shouldn't be something that you should poo-poo? Heart of a champion, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is the game we have circled on our calendar, all year, right? We want to get a chance to get that game back. Both these teams are really good. We never should have been in the same division together in the first place.
Circumstances.
Rob made me promise that I wouldn't guarantee a win for Love Garden.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Rob made him promise that he
Don't
Don't
do the G word. Don't do it.
guarantee it, Jake.
Don't do the G word. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Jake, it's not like anybody's listening anymore.
No, don't do it. Please
Pull
don't.
for Love
Please
Garden
don't.
over here.
Say you want to win, but don't use the G word. Don't do it.
Really, I mean, obviously I'm going to do the thing that everybody's ever come on this podcast does and picks their own team to win in a close, contentious game. But there's something that's really feels different about the Love Garden team that we have this year. Like any other year that I've been on the team 9 years, I feel like we lose that game to Shirt Factory.
Jake, you're coming in 7 wins here, right?
Yeah, the only thing that concerns me here is I didn't see your game against Shirt Factory, but I seen your team, and you weren't on it, and I still feel like
God, I didn't see most of their games ever this year, and I came up and saw maybe an inning and a half during that game this week.
Yeah,
I was just like, holy shit, it was so intense, and I was like, this is the most intense game I've seen all year.
Yeah.
And this isn't even, we're still in the fucking second round.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, I really believe we can win this game. I'm going to pick us. I mean, we'll have everybody back. We'll have our full squad, which we didn't have last week. I think if we get out to a hot start, we just steamroll.
Here's the problem. You got that slow start against Shirt Factory. You get that slow start against Post House, you're not coming back.
I think the opposite is going to be true. That's where I'm coming from.
I was going to say,
this
we
happens again, you're not getting your comeback.
We had a slow start against
a lot of people.
Yeah, and I think you can recover from
Yeah,
that.
but you can't test your fate like on the playoffs. Don't do that.
Well, no, I'm not saying do it, but if you have a slow start, I still think you can
Well,
recover
playoffs
from
is
that.
different.
Well,
Playoffs is different.
I mean, I know I'm not going to convince you, Cougar, but it's, and if I was sitting in your shoes seeing that we lost the same exact team by 15 runs earlier, I might make the same
Thanks
pick
for
as
coming,
you.
guys.
But just being on the squad.
I know.
We got the special juice this year, and credit to Rob and Tyler's captainship for keeping that like
What's
super awesome
Is
mentality.
the secret stuff
that's
just like
carried us
Space Jam?
through.
You got the secret stuff like Space Jam?
Yeah, we got the
secret
spider
stuff.
tack all
No,
over.
it's secret stuff from Space Jam.
Hey, can I push us on?
Yeah.
We got one more game to get through.
Okay, I was just gonna say one quick thing. Yeah, this is the one. Like, so we had that like very close like three-way tie between Post House, Harpies, and Johnny's. I'm so like at first I was like I really wanted that 3 spot, and then I saw where
told
we
you no,
at
you
the
don't.
tournament. And I was like, I don't want that 3 spot.
Yeah,
I told you
I
you
did
don't
not
want
want
it.
to go, but
No.
Love Garden is
Don't
the
want it.
one team I did not want to go up against in the quarterfinals.
Yeah,
that is the one team I did not want to go up
I
against.
had the hammer on that boat, and I can't lie. Part of my decision was, it feels like I'm screwing Harpies here a little bit, but I don't feel bad about.
I didn't
what
look at
we're
that next,
doing
and
to
I
them.
was like, it was a very interesting thing to look at for next rule setting, but where we ended up, I'm not mad about it.
I don't want to give them bulletin board material, but all right. So let's do a quick multiple choice here. Would you rather play Johnny's, Post House, or Love Garden?
Johnny's.
Boom.
Well, okay, but with that,
Only only because I want to rematch
I want
against
a rematch.
Johnny's.
I want a rematch. It would go Johnny's, Love Garden, and then Post House.
Yeah.
Okay.
In my mind,
Yeah.
just because Johnny's beat us. If we would have beaten Johnny's, I would have gone Love Garden.
That's fair.
That's why they're in the last tier. But
No Betsy or Simon.
This
or
is
Lucas.
it's actually good for
Oh,
you in a lot of ways
whatever. We
because
had
you're
people
actually
missing two that
underseeded.
week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're
Two
yeah.
people don't make your goddamn team,
I
and
know,
if they do,
I know,
then
I
you
know,
guys
I
are
know.
in trouble.
And Harpies is best when they're playing the Cinderella card for all time. Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
We are.
Yeah. I know.
You're
Come
right,
on. Come over here and stick your slipper on. Shut the fuck up, Luke. Yeah.
all right, next question.
All
Let's
right,
go.
so we gotta do this last semifinal matchup.
fast.
It was whoever you have, Muddy Red Legs. I think we all had Muddy, yeah.
Yeah, Muddy.
Yeah, Muddy.
Okay.
Versus
or Post House Love Garden. So who wins that semifinal matchup and gets to the final?
God.
Muddy.
This is tough between a Post House and Muddy. Muddy only beat Post House,
by 2?
11 to 9.
Well, I have Love Garden winning the quarter
I'm talking about
matchup,
me.
so
I'm
I've
talking
got
about me.
Muddy winning
I'm
the
talking
semi
about me.
matchup.
Yeah.
No, this is the Alabama Clemson of our league between Muddy Waters and KTC of college football. In case you're following, it's gonna be Muddy Waters.
I mean,
it's a
I think
rematch.
That analogy makes no sense.
I think
I'm just getting you back from last
no
time.
matter Love Garden or Post House, this is going to be Muddy's toughest game going into the cup for sure.
Yeah,
And
it's kind of the flip side of the KTC one. Like their toughest game is the quarters. Muddy's toughest game is going to be the semis.
yeah. I think. I mean, I so want to vote against Muddy, but I do think Muddy is just they're gonna do their
Yeah.
thing and they're gonna do it. But I got Muddy over Love Garden by like 3.
Yeah, like if I could put down money in Vegas, I think Muddy Waters is like the odds-on favorite to come out of this bracket. Obviously, like they're the 2 seed. I've got Muddy versus Love Garden. I'm gonna pick Love Garden because I play on that team and I want to fucking win.
Well, look, give us the odds again on this one, then, Jake. So, how many times out of 10 do you think that you beat Muddy?
I
think it's much closer. I think it's actually more like
Yeah, I mean,
4
I
out of
don't
10,
know.
something like that.
The thing is, also you have to take into account like if Muddy Waters coming in this game is like off like a routine expected victory. If we win going into this game, right, it's like we'll be riding really high, playing with house money.
Yeah, it's kind of the flip side of the other one. I think like Muddy's going to have to wake up and play you guys.
Right. Yeah, and I think I'll give us like assuming that's the matchup. I think I'll give us like a solid 40% chance. I think we win 4 out of 10. But
That's
this
fair.
one,
Hell yeah.
I think we win it.
Yeah. I like that. Not over aggressive, but confident. Yeah. Anybody else?
No.
Muddy.
I already said
Yeah.
Muddy. I already said it.
I have one thing before we close out.
What's that?
I have one big thing that people who are still listening, There is this badass disc golf tournament that's happening on the 21st.
I have to talk about that.
We should have talked about it earlier, but I think it's the 21st, the Saturday before the.
Yes, September 21st.
Yes. August. Yeah, Mom.
I'm sorry.
Is
I
high.
keep wanting to say
August 21st.
Yeah, August 21st.
There's singles, doubles, juniors. Go out and play, and if you sign up, you can get on like a. You can get
You get a disc, you get a koozie, you get several stickers.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Even if you've never played before, it's for a good cause. So just like sign up,
And
get
you
a
get lots
friend,
of
go
good
play,
swag.
drink beer, whatever. Oh wait, don't tell anybody you're drinking beer because.
Oh no, there'll be free beer from
there'll be free
Yankee
beer.
Tank.
Just
Yankee
like,
Tank
you know,
will be
go
there
have fun,
with
play
free
disc golf.
beer.
Go play disc golf. Have fun. It's a fun thing
Yankee
to do.
Tank, free beer, and you can like do other things like, you know, closest to the pin, Ring of Fire to win extra prizes. Like,
And it's for charity.
yes,
It's for charity.
come out.
guys.
There's like 40
Do
spots
good
left, so
things
there's
for
still time to sign
good
up.
people. Charity.
Can I flip my shirt real quick? So Jake said that he's got Love Garden 4 times out of 10.
Yeah.
You got Muddy. You got Muddy.
I do.
You got
Muddy.
Muddy. I'm picking Love Garden.
Nice.
Obviously.
Let's go.
4 times out of 10.
Yeah. If
I
anybody on
really
Muddy
hope
wants
I'm
to
wrong.
bet with me, I'll.
I really
I'll
hope
go-
I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong.
I know, I
mean,
do
I'm
too.
picking
I'd
Muddy,
love to
but
be
I'm
wrong.
hoping I'm wrong.
I feel you. Just for a little variety, but I'll go 1-1 on somebody if they want to put $20 in this game. I'll take Love Garden. They got the talent. It kind of feels like they've been toying with people in some of these games. I think Muddy's in for a surprise.
I want to pick Jake over anybody, honestly.
I'm sorry. I want the trilogy. Just like, heavyweight boxing. Right?
Yeah,
There's
that's
three
fair.
fights.
I know
Three
you-
fights. Like
yeah.
Frazier Ali.
There's
Frazier
different
Ali.
things to root
1,
here for,
2,
yeah.
3.
You
I
want-
want those 3.
Yeah,
Yes.
you want the 1-2, 1-2,
Absolutely.
1-2. I want the 1-2, 1-2. Let's get a new team.
It's a
in
1-2,
here.
1-2.
I fell
Tails
backwards.
this time. 1-2,
I fell
1-2.
backwards into the Harpies versus Love Garden final, which would be so sick.
Yeah. The good news is, I think
feels like a dream though.
That would be amazing.
Looking at this bracket, no matter who wins these games, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a fucking dynamite championship
Absolutely.
game. Dynamite
Oh,
swing
no,
game,
absolutely.
dynamite
Jake,
plate
did you
game,
say
dynamite
Harpies
boot
versus
game.
Love Garden in the Cup?
It's gonna be great.
Yes. Harpies Love Garden Cup
I think
2021.
Also,
Let's
the
go.
last thing I'll say on this podcast, because it didn't come up, but like when you look at the teams that are still in the cup, all of these teams have just such kick-ass women, and you
Sure.
it's
Oh, yeah,
every year,
absolutely.
but like when you look at the
Absolutely.
teams
That's
that really
right.
rose to the top
Yeah.
this year, like that just stands out to me.
Still, Jake.
I feel
I
Rick
always say-
flashing the lights at us like, get the fuck out of here. Grant, do you have any shout-outs?
I have shout out for Ladybird Diner. Please come on down. Ladybird Diner has one of the best breakfasts in town, and they will cater to all those hangover Sunday night, Monday morning days.
Mashed potatoes and gravy.
Mashed
Taylor
potato and
Alvers
gravies.
in the kitchen on the drinks.
Alvers is in the kitchen. Taylor Alvers is on the bar.
Yeah.
Lots of pie.
Yeah. Jake,
Lots of pie.
our special commuter KVKL guest. Good luck in the tournament. You got any shout-outs?
No, thanks so much for having
Thanks,
me.
Rob Z, for the free
Yeah,
pizza.
man. Thank you for coming. Cougar, what you got?
I missed out on the pizza.
Another melancholy shutout. The longtime Florida State fan,
Wow, you
Coach
sound
Bobby
so
Bowden.
enthused
No,
right
I am
now.
sad. Shut up.
Cougar
Seriously,
wants
shut
to
up.
give a shout out to the Ladybirds.
Seriously, shut up.
Hey, Cougar, you got
Coach Bowden, Bobby Bowden died last Sunday at age 91. I'm a longtime Florida State fan since I was 10.
I love
Heartburn,
you,
he's
Cougar. I
gone.
love you.
Sorry, Cougar.
R.I.P. R.I.P. What's that?
Push us out.
Oh, yep, I will.
Okay.
Yep. I
Shout
got
out, Stacy.
it. Yeah, I got it.
Ladybird Diner. Come down, get your breakfast needs.
Yes, please. Marisa, you got a shout-out?
Yes. Shout out to the podcast. Thank you guys so much for doing this every week. Really, really appreciate it. Love it. Listen to it every week. Totally there. Also, Ladybird Diner. I found my true love there. Married him. I recommend people going there because that's where love happens.
And now you're back in Lawrence, and you can eat there like all the time.
That's right. Get that window seat.
Every
That window
Sunday.
seat
Window
is
seat.
where
Window
love
seat.
happens. Yep. Or at the counter.
Table
you know,
X and
either
table
way.
Y.
This
Luke?
is for Cougar. Shout out to the Florida State Seminole Vesicles.
Shout out
What'd you
to
say?
Grant's
What'd you say?
biceps. Yeah, that's right.
Lucas, get out
Shout
of
out
here.
to
Get the
Rick
fuck out of
for
here, Lucas.
flashing
Seriously.
lights at us and working the
You
soundboard in
disrespectful
Matt's absence. We
motherfucker.
love you, buddy.
Lucas,
Thank you for letting us
get
hang
the
out.
fuck
Appreciate
out.
ya.
I kill you.
What is that song?
Listen to it.
I like it. I'm just curious.
You know what song it is?
You know? It's a chemical brother? You know, Rick, what we really need is for you to sample some shit for us so we can use that as the intro-outro music. Oh, now I do. Yeah. All right, okay. Gangnam Style, motherfucker. Yeah.
I know the damn dance too. 2013 exactly.
Rick, I want to sample you on the saxophone. You need both, buddy. Low-key love Philip Blaine. A little part of me hopes he win the whole thing. I'm gonna keep on recording as long as you're holding up for the mic. I don't care. Keep doing Cougar after dark, after dark.
No, it's not Cougar after dark. No, way too late for that.
Thanks, Rick. We love you.
Thanks, Rick.